month to month. We have some familiar faces on the final table here.
After this hand, we'll go around, introduce the players to everybody. All right, under the gun with ace 5. Seat 4, we have James right there.
Got another regular in my here. And then we all know Snacks from his big one win last week. Bill Cox has a few Art of Poker wins, and TN here in the 9 seat.
Right, ace 9 on the button. We got 6, deuce 7. So middle pair for Bill.
40.
All right, Bill bets 40K.
I think TN's probably going to come along here. He loves his chip to chase his straights and flushes here. I don't think the money really matters to him right now.
And Cameron gets out of the way with the backdoor diamond draw, so here we are going to a turn. All right, 3 of spades.
I think Bill's going to go pretty big again. Oh, not too big. About a little over half. See if he actually wants to put any more chips in here. They're playing pretty deep still.
All right, so TN folds and Bill takes the pot. All right, so let's go around the table a little bit. We have some regular faces. Seat 1, we have Thomas. Seat 2 is Cameron. 66 big blinds over there. He is currently the chip leader along with Waco Scrub over there with 66 big blinds in seat 4. Seat 5, Mai, and seat 6, Snacks, who we all know and love. I haven't seen him. What do you think he's going to be eating today? That's the question.
I don't know.
What's he going to be eating
Kind
today?
of past dinner time, isn't it?
All right, Andre in seat 7, Bill Cox in 8. He's been on the show many times, NTN in 9. Buttons on Bill in seat 8.
Like our
You might. You are you when you're
All right, Cameron with the ace 3 suited. Wonderful hand.
I'm saying it looks
Juan just ended up limping here with King 9 suited. Folds over to Mai.
I think both. Call.
I think this final table is you're gonna see a lot more limps and stuff like that from these guys. They kind of typically want to see more flops.
So are you saying it's brighter without the glasses?
It would be for
Not a lot of 3 bets unless they see some premiums and stuff like that. Here we have Thomas just rip Queen 10 with about 11 bigs here.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, my bad.
Stacks are deep enough, he might get called.
No, but I thought you were talking about. I thought you were talking about this.
We've got other names for you, too.
See if Bill's feeling gambly, he might do it with King 10 off.
You should be folding. A lot of folds should be coming around, honestly.
Nice bet.
Even playing some deep stack poker doesn't mean that you can just blow off 10 bigs like that, especially being only 30. I mean, about maybe 50 bigs on average.
Blinds are currently sitting at 5-10 with the 10 big blind Annie. Andrew, you've played with a lot of these players.
I have.
What are their styles?
I mean, most of them are gonna, like I said, they're gonna like to see more flops. You know, limp a lot of hands. Obviously, they're gonna, maximize raise with their bigger hands, and you're not gonna see the traditional probably just min click of something small and go pretty
Pocket aces for Mai.
big hands here.
Big hand.
I moved here in '74 for school.
No, it was here.
Yeah. No, I've heard of it, but I didn't.
Nice little raise from Mai here for with the aces.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's see. Folds around all the way to the 1, 5-4 off.
Probably see Cameron just, oh no, he actually ends up folding here. Even being so deep with about 64 bigs. He should be defending a lot of his hands in the big blind, and 10-7 is actually pretty good in the big there to see a flop.
Piccadilly.
especially when you're sitting there with 60 big blinds.
Yes, yes.
Ken,
We used to have
Bill,
one in Waco.
David, what was your name, sir?
In the box today, we have Clayton, the tallest dealer in the country. Game host today is Safi.
Nice to meet you.
And you, sir? Hi, Ken.
It's nice to see a friendly table. These players play together quite a bit. A lot of regular faces.
Oh, shoot.
Well, my seems to have misclicked here
Uh-oh.
and raised about 50K.
I forgot to say right, so I'll just put 10 in then.
Oh,
I
no,
think
sorry.
she put out one chip and forgot to actually say something.
Oh, okay. I thought she grabbed a couple.
Yeah, mystery card. We have a jack of clubs and who knows? That might pop up soon. 10 calls with the king jack suited. Thomas folding with the king
I
6.
think Tien should be honestly 3-betting here, but he ended up just limping and trying to see a flop, but runs into aces from Juan here in the 3 seat out of the big blind and just decides to squeeze. We get a call from Mai here with her jack of clubs and her mystery card. No reason for Snacks to be in this hand anymore and just fold. You're just beat by a raise and a call like that with a weak hand with 9-8. And fairly short as well. The ICM is always in play, but these jumps aren't that massive for you to just give away a few $100s. Especially with Thomas with only a little under 16 bigs. The short stack here.
Right in it.
Tien definitely wants to call. Not sure if he's going to put it in. He really shouldn't, but we'll see what he does in position here.
As a cash player, I know him more as a cash player, and I see him
He
be
typically
more aggressive
Right,
on the
right.
cash table.
Right. He definitely likes to play his the craziest hands. The 8-5s, the 7-4s, and stuff like that, and we'll kind of chase some hands down. Right, we have a flop of Queen 7-4, 2 hearts, one holding no hearts. No, he's gonna go.
It's at bet 50, I believe. And Mai still with the mystery card and a jack of clubs.
50 is actually a pretty solid bet here in this situation. You're kind of just scoping to see if she hits the board in any way. And you can get a lot of folds with even just have like a small bet like that.
Takes it down with pocket aces. Good job, Juan.
All right, looks like hand number 5 or 6 going on now at the final table. Still playing super deep.
Bill raises with 10-9 for 25K.
Gonna see some folds here. Thomas wakes up to ace queen. Probably just gonna rip ace queen here. 16 bigs. I don't think he has room to 3-bet.
There's the all-in.
Cameron would want to call, but after Bill opens like that and just runs into Waco here,
Waco Scrub, Pocket Kings.
He runs pretty well and plays pretty well,
Yeah.
but I've seen him spew a few times, but obviously crusher nonetheless.
Should he raise the all-in from seat 1?
He should try to trap here and try to get Bill in. He has so many blockers to premium hands here. Ace King,
Started this hand.
King Queen that he could open at from, and after a jam,
Waco Scrub goes all in.
so we're gonna see a run out here. Kings versus Ace Queen off.
All right, King versus Ace Queen. Waco Scrub, 76% equity. Here we go.
I fold the ace. Ace 6.
All
Yeah,
right,
Tian just announced that he just folded an ace here, so just
pretty
drawn to
safe
2.
flop. Waco Scrub still has the flush even.
Well, yeah, covers the flush here, and we wave goodbye to Thomas.
Good luck, y'all.
Good job, Thomas. All right.
Oh, I had the ace.
Payouts. Thomas is the first one to walk out from the final table with cash at $880.
I know I don't have
Now that we're talking about payouts, let's run down the numbers. So first place is going to get 11,480. Second, 7,200. Third is 4,800. Fourth is 3,400. Fifth is 2,400. Place 6 is 1,680. And then 1,320. And then 1,080. So Thomas walked away with $880. Good job, Thomas. You just beat out. I like to think of it as him beating out about 140, 150 other players.
Yeah,
That's a
nah,
pretty good day, to be
Ace
honest.
is good.
It really is, and it's kind of hard to just get into the money in general in these
Yeah,
tournaments.
they find the same table practically the whole time, right? The final table. You and Ken? Yeah.
All right, so the tables did shift around. It's a 9-handed table, so your seat 1 actually became Cameron. The players kind of squared up for the cameras and the sensors. So don't be alarmed by the change of seat numbers.
So we see Tian open Queen 10 suited here from the hijack. Kind of just folds over to my from the big blind, which, like I said, she needs to defend a lot of her hands, playing so deep and stuff like that. She shouldn't be afraid to any raises. Oh, sorry, we have Juan calling.
Yeah, Juan and Tien. Yeah,
Okay, sorry, I missed.
that's
the
okay.
Juan.
It's okay.
So Juan flops. No, Tien flops top pair. Okay, kicker here. It's gonna end up having a gutter ball to the straight. I think Juan's gonna come along here. Oh, and just rips.
What was that? 200 and 200 and
He basically just
60?
snap rips them all in.
251? Oof.
Kind of has to make the decision to call or not.
With top pair?
Yes, but
Draw it straight.
what can he actually have here? Some eights should pull, like, look to see some value, like some raises, just to see where they're at. So if Tien raises like 60 here, he should go maybe, maybe 150 to 140 to see where he's at, just in case he's not running into some straights. Because Tien could have Queen Jack here, but Juan does hold the Jack, so he's gonna have to make a decision here. And it looks kind of looking like a fold almost, but knowing Tien,
Yep, there's the fold, showing the top pair. All right, Juan takes it down with 113. All right, now is a good time to tell you all about a few things that are going on. So right now, this weekend, we do have our lucky table drawings. So today is the last day, if you are around, all the way through 11 p.m. We are doing a lucky table cash game giveaway. So if your table is drawn, every player of the table gets $100, and then a high card draw for an extra $300. Now looks like we're going to be running these promos a little bit more. We are always looking for more incentives to get more cash players in the room and to get to make this a better place for you all, really. So if you're in the Austin area, come on down, play some cards at the Lodge Card Club. It is absolutely the best place in Texas to play cards.
Looking like a misdeal here.
Uh-oh, Miss Deal. That's all right. That happens. It happens to every dealer. Clayton, tallest dealer in the country. Here we do have the payouts shown on the screen. You see Thomas at the bottom, 880, all the way up through first. So
Not a bad payday for a $250
Yep.
tournament.
That hand?
A one-day tournament, in fact.
I see it later.
So they run Art of Poker about every once a month.
I tell you,
third Saturday of every month.
Yes, and our San Antonio location also runs the Art of Poker the first week of the month also. So it will actually end up growing bigger and bigger, I'm sure, and people are gonna love this tournament a little more. I definitely love it. So
All right. Seat 3, Waco Scrub, King 6 off.
all right, Waco is on the button
Raises
here,
to 27, looked like.
and he needs to put some more pressure on the button here. With a lot of his King X hands, Queen X hands, and stuff like that. Also being so short, Snacks can't defend a lot of his hands.
So would you want his bet size to be larger, or would you like it
Well,
to be
he's-
smaller for Snacks to come along?
He's actually handcuffed by Mai to go any bigger and just rip a lot of his hands that he just needs to just put Snacks the max pressure. Having 86, almost 87 bigs here, like he can put so much pressure on the table.
Do I just leave it like that? Or do I have to literally rub?
But a little handcuffed by Mai in between there, but you know he's gonna do his job.
think you have a hand, you go ahead.
Looks like we're gonna
Wakes up to a pocket pair. This guy does run good. He just had kings a couple hands ago.
So it's gonna open a little smaller here in the cutoff. You kind of want to minimize some of your losses sometimes, especially in the blinds. Snacks here with 19 big, a little under 19 bigs.
Hand jack, I call it.
Should be folding Jack 9 here. There's no reason to just see a flop out of position. And I did get to play with Andre here earlier today, and he had heaps. He had about 600K, almost 700K when the average was about 120. So we see a flop here. Waco flops middle set. He should disguise this thing, but he's gonna go small. Should go small, about 20K here. Goes about,
Fold for Andre.
yeah.
Waco Scrub takes another pot down. All right, everybody. So in the bunker, this is Matt Sweeney. I am the producer of the show. Normally work in the production side of things. Slick Rick is actually watching the Longhorns right now. So we'll see how he feels at the end of the night. And also in the bunker, we have Andrew Tran, a regular on the show, a regular on the table. All right. Buttons on seat 5 for Snacks. Haven't seen him snack on anything yet.
He normally doesn't snack. Did he snack during the big one?
Oh, I've seen him eat for like 2 hours straight.
Oh, good God. Next time, ask him to bring back the caviar, and I'll join him on the
please.
table. All right, Juan with Queen Jack off, opens to 25K, folds around to Snacks. Like, again, should be folding a lot of his hands here. Can't really defend, can't see some flops. Everyone playing so deep still. Just ends up getting a fold all the way through.
Trophy for the winner?
Takes it down pretty with his raise.
Blinds are still 5, 10, 10. Couple things coming up around the bend. So we have our mayhem going on pretty shortly. Million guaranteed main event coming up here soon. November 20th to the 24th, $1,200 buy-in.
So glad that they decided to bring this tournament back. It was such a great
Absolutely.
tournament.
That whole series is amazing. It runs about 2 weeks in both Austin and San Antonio locations.
All right, Andre with aces here opens 26,000. Probably should get most folds on the button actually here. So
You gotta score.
here we are. Takes it down pre.
Another score for the game. Asking for a friend.
Usually tournaments don't have 90 bigs this late in the game,
Is it halftime?
especially at the final table here.
It's what?
Great shot of our trophy right there in the corner of the room. All right, back to the action.
So all we need to do is get 21 points.
Is it?
Just gonna see if anyone wakes up with some hands here.
5 fold, 6 fold.
All right, Bill with ace jack. He's gonna open 3 bigs, 30K here. Folds to Cameron. Decides to see a flop. Pretty good hand in the big blind here. Just dominated though, not knowing. We're gonna see an all diamond flop. Still a big flip between the two with the Cameron's 10 of diamonds here. Foresee seeing this going check check unless Cameron wants to put some chips into the pot here.
60.
And Bill just goes massive. Sometimes you can achieve some of your goals with smaller bets and don't really necessarily need to price them out, but try to get value some out of your hands or just try to take it down.
Yeah?
I think he could have just went maybe
That guy?
even 40 and got in fold.
Huh?
There's not much money to be made in it, so maybe that's the main thing. I do have jerseys with lodge on it and everything.
Seems like the players are taking to the new table pretty well, being so big and getting a lot more leg room. So great table.
Very good for players. Very bad for dealers unless you are the tallest dealer in the country.
Yeah.
Snacks, pocket fours.
Snacks. Just gonna raise 30K here with the fours.
Trying to make a move at 15 big blinds.
And opening off with 30, about 18 bigs is not too bad either, you know, especially with his hands like that from the low jack. Juan just has 7s here. I think he might just end up calling. I'm not sure if he wants to raise, not knowing anything from Juan.
What are they passing around? A pack of gum?
Looks like a pack of gum.
Gotta have good breath at the poker table.
That's
Just
why-
nice poker etiquette right there.
You don't think that's why all the mints are at the front desk? All right, queen, queen, 4. Snack just flops the boat here. No reason to put like too
Let
much
people
chips
catch
in
up.
there. Yeah, just
Not people
gotta-
catch up.
He could have went kind of semi-small. It doesn't. I think you're still gonna get called from Juan with the 7s here if you go fairly small. You should just call here, honestly, from Snacks. You're just beating a lot of the... Actually, I don't know. What can you rep from the big blind here? Just 6-7, a lot of 6-7s, and try to build the pot. Even 6-3.
With 53 bigs to your left.
Yeah,
That's a
Andre's
call.
just gonna fold here.
Raise 75, and Andre gets out of the way.
Snacks is just trying to make the pot big enough to get his whole stack in, which he achieves here with this raise. Just has a jack come off. Probably gonna see a check from Juan and then a jam from Snacks. Not quite sure if Juan can call with 7s on the river. So we're gonna do, there you go.
There's the all in. Seems like it might be difficult to call with the queen and the jack on there, but if I were in his position, I would definitely want to.
Well, he can only be losing to a lot of bluffs here, but especially after he opens with the 30K, you know, he should have a lot of queens, not necessarily jacks because he doesn't float with jacks.
81.
So Juan makes the call, and sees the losing hand here.
Sees the bad news.
Yeah.
Good play by Snacks. Max value out of that one.
So Snacks finds a double here, all the way up to 417K. Nice little double for Snacks. Always finds himself to the final table or on the stream table lately, huh?
6,000 for the small one.
All right, on the microphone today, Maestro Matt Sweeney and Andrew Tran. Here are the stacks. Waco Scrub with 905,000. 90 big blinds. His stack size is massive at this table.
Hey, I rooted.
When he said good luck all in, I think he says that to everybody, no matter how.
He didn't say anything.
A little bit of friendly table talk from the regulars.
We're just having a little fun.
Just having a little fun, Snack says.
You know it's against the rules to win 3 tournaments in a week, right?
There we go. Snacks has been on a heater lately. Big one. He chopped another tournament.
You chopped another one? I only saw
Yeah.
a big one last week.
Well,
He won the bomb pot.
And it's a
he
daily?
got second or won the bomb pot at another card house around the town.
Nice.
All right. We're going to see Queen 4 here out of the big
Pair
blind.
for seat 1 with the Kings. Nice.
Probably should get it done here.
Saturday a week.
Just hits this range so hard after he opens off the button. Not necessarily range because you can have a lot of hands from the button here.
All right, time to talk about a couple things that we have coming up. So next Friday, I want to bring your attention to a double bankroll booster. So this $200 buy-in has a $20,000 guarantee. This looks like a great tournament to give your bankroll just a little bit of a boost. Friday only, next Friday.
Snack, King 6 suited, should fold here under the gun.
Flop that flush and
You know what? I think
opinions.
what he has one now. He probably had.
I mean, that full house, that same full house. But it was like,
Cameron, ace 10 off from the cutoff, should be opening.
it worked out the same way.
Decides to open 31. But blinds just went up, so we're at 612 now.
It's always nice to double up.
Jack Taylor was sweating.
You can see it on TV later.
One with King Queen on the button.
He used to have a tournament that started at 11 o'clock at night
That's why I go.
during the World Series.
Should fold around to mine, just folds 6-3.
And I turned around.
Kind of priced her out and just flopped 6-3 out of the big blind that folded. Cameron, we're gonna see if he's gonna see bet here,
And at 5:30 in the morning,
and goes really big, about 2/3 pot.
and I turned around and jacked.
Not sure what you could be repping here, like I guess tens and jacks, but you want to get value out of those hands. Just wants to take it down here.
Yeah.
Is it 6?
Yeah. 6 and 12.
8, 9, 10.
We're up to 12.
Seems like Juan really likes to play most of his hands. Blinds at 612. Bill with ace jack here under in the +1. Go ahead and opens about 35 here, about 3
This
bigs.
card is torn, literally torn. Top
Like I said, I don't think you're gonna see a conventional click of like about 25K, but you're gonna see a lot more 3x opens.
Mine with a pretty easy call here, I think.
Should be calling. You can 3-bet some of these hands, like 9s. Kind of just see where you're at, but with the size being so big, don't want to give too many chips away. But she does find a raise here to 106,000,
big pair, right there.
just to see where you're at. Snack decides to
Snacks.
fold.
What do you think about that fold? I probably would have stayed in with that one.
I think that's a pure fold. After under the gun open or +1 open, small blind just 3-bets, and Fairly My doesn't have a lot of 3-bets unless she sees a lot of bigger hands. So King Jack should be a fold. You're losing to all your Ace Kings, Jacks, or well, you're blocking some Jacks. Could have Queens.
I had ace jack then.
I had king jack.
Right, everyone. We have another tournament coming up. I want to bring your attention to the Mystery Bounty Free Roll later this month. That is October 26th, starting at 12:15. 20,000 guarantee, Mystery Bounty. You get a bounty when you knock someone out, and you're going to find out what cash value that is when you draw it. These mystery bounties have been an absolute blast here.
Huh?
I've never seen that either.
He's never seen it either. This man deals for a living.
Here it does pretty well in San Antonio, so I'm excited to play that one and see where we get. I think it's going to be like the Tuesday free roll with aspects of a mystery bounty. Bill with the Ace King off under the gun decides to go ahead and open, like I said,
I
3x,
think that might
about
be,
35K.
Some speculation,
One fold.
you know?
Are your world's tallest dealer credentials in jeopardy here?
I'm not in the category there, no, sir.
Damn it.
I don't think I missed that one. Two.
Should see a lot of folds here, especially being so big.
We got some contenders there, too.
Under the gun range is so strong here, and ends up getting a fold from everybody. Takes it down. And back in they go into the big blind.
Dealers in Helsinki, you know?
Facts.
Folks, this is the Art of Poker monthly tournament we run here at the Launch Card Club in Austin. $40,000 guarantee, $250 buy-in single day tournament. And here you can see the top prize is $11,480. This is a wonderful structure, a wonderful tournament. Do well, get a big payday for a single day tournament. Can't beat it.
In Denmark? Talking.
Tien considering the play with the 10-3 suited.
He does like his suited hands, so.
We make it 30.
All right, Waco's gonna open here to 30K in the hijack. About 2.5x. Pretty okay here. You're gonna see Bill just rip.
Big slick suited for Bill, rips 45 bigs and takes it down.
And UT scored a touchdown, so we only need two.
Slowly building that chip stack. Good plays, Bill.
It's 27?
Yeah, it doesn't really need to go that big and kind of just, you know, you can 3-bet small. 3-bet in general, actually, and just don't need to put your whole stack against the chip leader. Just in case you do run into queens and kings and aces, even though you're blocking so many of those hands.
Mình chia
That would
10
be
tháng đó,
nuts.
được 75%. Người thua được 25%.
3 2-point conversions.
Under the gun, Cameron here just folds. Waco should be opening here.
We make it 27.
27. All your suit kings, queens, stuff like that should be making these opens maybe
Giống như bữa kia mình không có chia ba.
primarily out of the hijack, low jack position, kind
Sorry,
of.
yeah, you're right, you're right. I'm so sorry.
Obviously, your range is going to open a little wider as you get to the cutoff
Yeah,
towards the
I'm so
button.
sorry. Yeah, yeah. I
Snacks raising 55. Is that right?
Yes, it looks like 55. It basically a min click, so I think you might actually end up seeing Waco just call here.
I don't care about it.
He made it too small for him not to
Let's
call.
hit now.
That's too much, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Morgan.
Heads up.
So Snacks with about 27 bigs behind here.
Stick to half and half.
9-8-7.
mean, like,
Waco just flops open under here,
no, that's
and if that open under comes through with a 6, like that's pretty dangerous for Snacks here. Snacks should be like
to be honest with you.
maybe putting a small bet in, but ends up checking.
There's the 6.
So this is this could be something here.
Chips will be going in.
Or do you want to do 3/4?
Snack should be putting a small bet in just to see if he knows where he's at. He ends up putting about 80K into 140.
Let's just not do it. I mean, it's kind of getting.
How many more blue you got? Oh, you got a bunch. Okay.
Just cancel. I don't care about.
Yeah, let's just cancel then.
Because we
251, two.
split half and half. Now I had less chip. Now you change your mind.
Sounds like there was some negotiating that went wrong.
No, we and her we split half and half for the win.
So
Another 6
here.
Less chip now.
Another 6 on the river.
To do it when I sat
It's
down.
okay. Don't talk about it no more.
And Waco Scrub with the check mark. How big is that going to be?
He should be going all in, honestly, with this hand. There's no reason to let Snacks kind of just slither away with some chips behind and just go max value.
Yeah, 225.
Saver.
Snacks calls here. He'll have what?
And I
Just around 27K left.
I told you.
Yeah.
Same thing.
You kind of want to put max pressure, and then it looks like a lot more bluffs than you could possibly have. There's no point in not maximizing your win potential by giving somebody, you know, about 27 chips, 20,000 chips left, which is still playable for 2 bigs, I guess. You're just looking for a lot of hands to triple up with.
I know Snacks didn't like it.
No, but he has too many bluffs here because he did open from the low jack. So how many 10s can he actually have? If you're opening and just flatting, you could have a lot more king jacks,
You said you didn't want to talk about it.
jack queen, and some suited
I knew I
hands
should've
here.
checked that turn so I could call the river. But no.
Like I said, I think that check call was great because you're still beating a lot of Snacks 3-bet range. Snacks shouldn't have jack 10. Could have ace 10, but I think ace 10 is just gonna get in there. Kind of hard play ace 10
a hard play.
with Waco out of position if he does have ace 10. So I see a lot more bluffs in this hand.
25. How do you make that move without? Unless it's just think I'm full of shit.
Wow, I've never heard this from Snacks. He really wants to put it in. Look
He
at
wants to
that.
put it in, but he can't get a read on James.
Well, James just has so many bluffs in his game. Like, people are gonna call him fairly light sometimes.
Both of these guys, tournament crushers here at the lodge.
And there you
Calls.
got-
He calls and
Yeah.
sees the bad news.
Oh, I don't want to have to show it. Forget it. I'm not showing it.
Just forget you saw the 5s.
All right, and there you have it.
Big play by Waco Scrub right there.
See, no reason to should just maximize his win rate here, and just go for all the chips instead of leaving him 27K.
We've seen people bounce back with 2 big blinds and win these.
Yes.
That's been happening
And-
lately.
And I've had a run actually in the Art of Poker that I had 2 bigs and someone was supposed to call off in the big blind and doesn't end up doing it. Skull Mike's actually in the hand and I end up tripling up basically with the ante.
You should have said
Final table the thing.
Lauren.
All right, we want to say thank you to Clayton. We will see him again shortly. And in the box is Lauren, wonderful dealer, wonderful floor here at the lodge. Does a great job on the stream.
What was it? Texas Rangers?
Always professional, always cool.
No, it was
Waco Scrub with 103 big blinds. Almost double the person in second right now. Almost double.
Massive.
Massive lead on the final table.
Has a quarter of the chips in play with only 4 million in play.
You were wearing Red Sox stuff and the Rangers blew them out. I go, sweet.
2 and 3 full,
All right, let's see the graphics catch up here.
4 full, 6 goes on.
Snacks just gonna rip it in with the
Snacks
threes
rip it
here.
with threes.
Andre shouldn't really be calling here. No reason to be in the hand. He should be raising this hand if he wants to be in the hand, actually. Giving Bill a good price to kind of call and get in the hand here, which is actually really bad because Snacks can just triple up off of these two hands. You want to kind of just go heads up, unless you have like crazy hands. See, now he can.
So you want to
quadruple up.
bet larger in Andre's position, so your opponent doesn't get more chips.
Yes, I mean you don't want to quadruple up the short stack here in any way because then they can come back, right? So you kind of just want to go heads up, especially at a final table. Like I said at the beginning of the show here, you're going to see a lot more limp pots and, you know, more flops than usual and not a lot of 3-bets here.
Andre does hit middle pair, bets, and takes the other two down. So here we are going to a turn. And all of this for Snacks' tournament life here at Art of Poker. Looking for another 3. It's a 7. And now we will say wonderful evening to Snacks. Thank you for playing. You have had a wonderful week so far, and he is walking out now with $1,080 from the Art of Poker here at the Lodge Card Club in Austin, Texas. Here are your payouts, everybody. Thomas with 880, Snacks with 1,080. 7th place will get 1,320, all the way up to 11,480. Snacks, keep it up, man. You have been crushing it lately.
Still 4 big buy-ins, so it's still pretty decent money.
All right, James folds my seat 4 is folding onto Andre.
Andre from the hijack. I think this is more of like a fold. You don't really want to play your ace offhands here. Folds the 1. Should just defend here. No reason to raise. See a flop.
Ace 5 versus Ace 7 going to a flop. We are heads up. Here we go.
King 3-2.
Neither player hits.
No, but we have a gutter to the wheel here for 1. You're gonna see I want to say a fairly good size C bet here. Trying to rep this king. I think 1's gonna come along actually. So we're gonna see a call from 1, looking for the gutter ball. It's still a lot of chop outs here. It's not many, but some.
Picks up another spade.
Well, now he has spades and the wheel draw, so I think you might see even more chips go in now. I don't. If he leads here, actually Andre might just end up folding. And he does the very thing. It goes
And
80.
about half pot, and Andre is folding. All right, everyone. Drawing your attention to the Mayhem Series coming up here in both Austin and San Antonio. I want to point you to what's going on in San Antonio specifically. We have a $400,000 guarantee event in San Antonio from November 12th to the 23rd. This entire series, this Mayhem Series that goes all the way through Black Friday, has a total of $1.7 million in guarantees between the two clubs.
4, 7, and 8 fold. 9 goes on.
And Tien rips it with ace 10.
Still about 13 bigs here.
13 bigs.
Yeah. Should be good. Ends up just taking the blinds and antes here.
In the bunker, this is Matt Sweeney and Andrew Tran. And in the box, we have Lauren Your game host today is Safi, and this is the Art of Poker
One re-entry.
regular tournament here at the Lodge. It happens on the third Saturday of every month. $250 buy-in for $40,000 guarantee. I have seen the prize pool all the way up into the 80s, I believe, before.
No shark or professional.
I've seen it go to the hundreds. It's actually really nice.
Hundreds, nice.
Pick up big hands.
Hit about 105, I think, once. Bill with the ace queen off here.
8 raises to 49 folds. 1 fold.
About 37 bigs. Ends up opening 40K here. Pretty big, like I said. Like, you're going to see a lot of that. My with nines. I'm not quite sure if you want a 3-bet here with the nines after a big open like that. You, like I said, you're not going to see a lot of 3-bets.
Raise.
4 raises.
We're going to see a raise, and it's going to be a massive one.
140.
All in.
Waco
See a rip here. Go. My raises to 140. Oh, here we go. We're going to see a flip here.
Showtime.
Good luck all combatants.
Bill at risk. I see $1 million a million
Thank you.
pot. Million. I don't know how to say it.
Can I stand up?
Here we go.
She has to sit down, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, watch the
Yes,
camera
if
in
you
case
can.
they.
Oh, I thought. I was
Middle
doing one
chip
like
pot here. Ace, king, deuce, and just outflops my draw. It's drawn to 2 9s here. Clean, pretty good run out with the ace. Leaves my with 34,000. My shouldn't really be calling in this situation after
Nice hand, Bill.
open that sizing, and after you 3-bet really big. Like, I know you already put all the chips in, but you're just losing so much of the time to, like, a lot of the jacks, queens, kings, and obviously all the ace kings, ace queens are probably just gonna end up snapping it off.
Oh,
Ace queen, maybe you might just see a call in position here.
Good hand for Bill. Now solidly in second place. Waco Scrubs still with 1.2, and Bill with almost an even 1 mil in chips.
Yeah.
When you're only looking at the blinds of 6-12 right now.
Yeah, 6-12.
They have a very, very healthy chip stack.
Yeah, all these guys are playing. Like I said, these guys have a quarter of the chips in play now at this point with $1 million stack.
Gotta be able to win the flips in
yeah.
tournaments.
Gotta be able to win the flips. Wise words from James. Waco Scrub.
Yeah, but that was pretty massive. That's a big flip, and like I said, you can just fold 9s after a jam like that. Bill should be opening his range a little bit more. Not necessarily 7-6 suited here, but you know, still stacking chips.
1 calls.
Cameron in there, 9-8.
Yeah.
Waco Scrub. Let's see if he can find a squeeze here with ace deuce.
Way to go, guys.
He might go ballpark like, okay, there you go, 50. I was gonna say like
Raise
right
50.
around 60 or even 55. Ian's gonna fold. Cameron should be folding also, but ends up calling. Like I said, these
Cameron
guys
coming along, yeah.
definitely gonna like to see more flops, even though he's out of position at this point.
They messed up.
With the fairly we can, and just Waco just ends up out flopping.
Sorry. You better.
Should be c betting maybe around maybe 60 or 40. Looks like
3 bucks. 40.
60. Yeah, 40 should be plenty.
Waco Scrub takes it down after hitting bottom pair. Right now, we have the Lodge bad beat going on still. So this is currently a bad beat of $182,000. This is increasing $1,000 every day. Every player who is on playing cash when the bad beat hits, gets $100. When that hits 200K, that goes up to a room share of $200 for every person in both locations. So someone hits the bad beat in San Antonio,
I like it. I think
Play
it's
ball
fun.
people in Round Rock, people in Austin
I've never
are getting a
played
room share of
ball.
200 here in a couple
Well,
weeks.
Remember when they were doing the wacky ones, like Wild,
Yeah,
Deuces
yeah.
Wild, where they did the bomb pot one too?
Yeah, I
Oh,
played.
I love
10
it.
with ace jack off.
Raises.
Ends up just raising here.
And then
Some folds.
I guess you can just, you know, working off 15 bigs, you can just raise
fun.
fold if you
Yeah, the
kind
only
of
one
see
those I
too much
played
of the
was
action.
Wacky mystery bounty or whatever, where you can get the penalties or yeah.
Ends up just
was fun.
folding
I
around
did
to
like
him
that.
and picks up the blinds
you
here.
got the penalties also? Or?
Yeah, yeah.
You're talking about the
you
wacky
pulled the
weekend of
mystery
poker we
bounty,
had
you get
recently, where we
a
did have a
prize
mystery
or
bounty
did you get a
tournament.
punishment?
That one had
That was a fun
Yeah.
tournament.
Yeah, I like
benefits
it.
and negatives
they were
in
gonna
it.
keep
So
doing
there
that.
were
That'll be
penalties when you drew a bounty. But we do have a mystery bounty coming up here without the negatives, without the
I didn't
penalties.
play the bomb pot.
20,000
We used to have a
guaranteed,
bomb pot one
$30
at the
entry
lodge in the old place.
on October
I
26th.
don't know
These mystery
what they
bounties
did to make it
are
different.
wonderful for the club. So much fun.
Yeah.
Shoot, it was over in 2 hours.
Well, yeah, I mean, just like people don't realize how quickly the pot sizes can escalate. Just
Unfold.
Cameron Collin with his pocket deuces. Mice thinking about it. 28K. Just over two bigs. And rips it with queen 9 off.
I'm not giving anything back.
I mean,
My
she
small
can't really
blind.
wait forever.
very
But
generous.
she is in the cutoff, so she had probably 2 more hands before she could have had done anything. But queen 9, not too bad for 2 bigs.
28, that's my age.
Bill over there telling everybody he's 28.
You don't say.
All right, Cameron is going all in, putting Tien in a position as well. And he folds.
Dutch.
Oh, yeah.
No need for him to call.
28.
Nice hand, Cam.
Good luck.
Yeah. I'm good, though. I'm happy with the, results, yeah. And I finally got to play it. I haven't played it in ages.
To a run out, ace 6-6. Can see some counterfeit outs.
Looking
here.
for a 2. She's looking for a 2.
And we're gonna say goodbye to Mai
Good
here.
luck, everyone. Great playing with
So
you.
close, Mai.
Great playing with you,
Yeah.
sir.
Good job.
A lot of outs with that
Yeah,
10.
nice to meet you.
She can
Do I need to
she can
wait for Sophia?
basically river
no,
any
you just
ace,
walk out.
any
They'll hand
10,
you a ticket, everything.
9, queen,
And then she'll take
and
this
just
off
counterfeit
of me.
Cameron's
yeah.
deuces.
All right, Mai is going to take down $1,320.
Looks like the players are gonna go to a break shortly here in the next hand.
Make the deal with her.
One more hand to break. And then we will demonstrate our flux capacitor, because even though we are going on a 15-minute break, even though the players are, you, the viewers, you don't have to. It'll just go seamlessly from one hand to the next.
She raises to 23.
One, just gonna
25?
Opens with 25.
opens here with queen 10 suited. A little shorter 6 hands, so your range is gonna open a little wider, playing a 6 max basically.
9 fours.
Tien with the ace 5 ends up folding in the small blind. Cameron should be finding some 3-bets here, but ends up calling. We're gonna go 3 ways to a flop here.
3 players.
See queen jack 6 2 clubs.
Juan hits top pair.
Bill with the middle pair here.
2 bets. 50.
One ends up just going 50. You're gonna see Bill come along, Cameron getting out of the way after just getting out flop by 2 of these hands. You're gonna see another queen come off the turn here.
Check mark for Juan with the queen on the turn.
You kind of want to go small and go like a 3rd pot, but I'm speculating probably they might go a little bigger.
Bet 75.
75 is pretty appropriate in this situation. Maybe a little 60 bet would be better, but you know, we want to get as many chips in as at this point. Kind of want to go massive, but you know, an all-in. Any bet really is gonna get Bill or fold.
Looks like we have about 200.
200.
Most of his stack might be enough for Bill to call. He's thinking. There's the call.
Not necessarily. Not really beating anything with just a jack here.
You got
3 queens with a 10.
3 queens.
He does have 3 queens.
Bill getting the bad news. Nice hand, Juan. Nice hand, Juan.
Basically just gives him 200K like that.
And just like that, the players are going on to a 15-minute break. But like I said, even though we're going on break, you at home don't have to. We're going to turn on that flux capacitor. And just like that, we're back, everybody. How about that? We took a break and you guys didn't have to. Waco Scrub waking up immediately with 10-9 suited right after the break.
We're up to 10K, 15K in the blinds here. Basically playing a 6 max. Andre with Queen 10. Bill just rips his stack here. Ace Jack off. Huge rip.
You're not.
Massive. Massive 40 bigs.
All right, Bill takes it down in the cutoff. The blinds are at 10-15 right now. We have 6 players left. First place is 11,480, and that is what everybody's fighting for right now. Field of 160 players, $250 buy-in. In the bunker, Matt Sweeney, Andrew Tran.
Tian just ends up limping here off his stack of about 10 bigs. Not really great.
Only.
Just gonna see Waco here just rip. Dominating this Queen 9 seat. You can't rip with 10 bigs here because
I'm not in on mode yet.
you can't limp. You're just losing a chip.
Even though I have low stack.
Losing one blind at a time is not good.
Clayton's in the box, tallest dealer in the country. Game host is Safi. And big shout out to the production crew. Best in the business, folks. Best in the business.
Bill with deuces here ends up just limping. One
Wow.
with jacks here. You're gonna see a raise to 55,000. Bill just folds.
Current ship leader is Waco Scrub up there on the top. You see he's got 1.3 million. Bill was going in with just over $1 million right before the break, but lost it to Juan.
Right, Tian, just gonna have to fold here. You can't just limp this hand too. But he might just do that. Do that fairy thing. Just limp pots. Juan again with the jacks. Here we go, another raise to 55,000.
Bad news for Tien unless he's just getting tired.
Well, Tian's not gonna put it in. There's no reason to. Like I said, no reason to put chips in when you don't have to. Unless you have a pretty decent hand. That not being so decent. Just not well to play post flop with.
Want to remind everybody about the bad beat we have going on. Currently at $182,000. This is a great time to be a player here at the lodge. Come on down, play some cash, land that bad beat. It's gonna be great.
All right, Juan should be opening here with his stack. Ends up going 45 3x. Said I don't think you really need to open 3x. You're just gonna fold a lot. Bill with king queen. See, like opening that extra one big really reduces your stack by just one, even though they're playing deep. Why would you want to give somebody more chips than you actually need to and just fold? TN just short there. Looks like about, 75, 85, like 95,000. One with ace queen off, probably likely gonna open here, and does open at 35,000. Waco with the ace 10. That red chip is 100K now. Reds are in play, 100K.
Oranges are 5, blues are 25, reds are 100.
So we're probably gonna see one just flicking the call here. Kind of hard to play out of position, but with a decently strong hand, can play decently well and just flops the queen here.
Picks up top pair.
Just goes check, check, it seems like.
Both
Now-
players with a pair on the board.
Waco just gonna see bet here. 115K, looks like about half pot. Ends up calling. Good check from Waco.
And just like that, these players are neck and neck. One just slightly higher, but both at basically 1.1 million.
Right, now we're gonna see some more, like some ICM pressure and some, probably when we get down to 4 or 5 handed. The pay jumps aren't super massive right now. So for the most part, about an $800 jump. And then from there, $1,000. So,
Fold from Waco Scrub and Andre. Bill and Tien.
Cameron just ends up limping in the small blind. Juan with 3s ends up raising, gets out of there.
We want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, a new sponsor this month, Club WPT Gold. They are running a $5 million free roll. Let's hear about that.
Introducing the Club WPT Gold 5 million free roll passport. Just look at it. This is your ticket to the most anticipated poker tournament of the year. Only 2,000 exist. Not 2001, not 2002, only 2,000. And today, I'm giving away 5. Simply sign up at clubwptgold.com and use promo code LODGE and you're in. Wow, 5 million free roll.
All right, back to the action here after our little commercial from WPT Gold with their 5 million free roll that they're hosting in December.
2,000 tickets. That's all that they're giving out there for a $5 million free roll. Sign up.
One with top pair, kind of weak kicker here. We're going to see a bet Cameron, let's see if he wants to see a river. Just a gutter ball here. Guess it was small enough for Cameron to come along. And doesn't make the straight. It's gonna go check probably. Or not. Spoke too soon. Might just get snapped off. And ends up putting it in. Juan takes a pot down and just takes the chip lead to 1.3 mil here.
Wonderful spot for Juan to be in with blinds currently at 10-15. In the bunker, Maestro Matt Sweeney and Andrew Tran. On the show, production calls him Tranimal when he's playing in a tournament under the lights. What do you think about that nickname?
It kind of just
Hesitation.
stuck. It kind of just stuck. It kind of just stuck, and just gotta take
Putting
ownership.
you on the spot.
Yeah. I guess it works in some settings.
You want another one? You are free to volunteer more.
Cameron just calls here in the cutoff with the suited king, and just ends up getting everyone in the hand. It looks like Andre in the big blind just ends up checking. 4-way limp pot. Jack 9-7. Cameron and Andre take bottom pair here. Waco to the gutter. Not a really good gutter for him, honestly. Can lose to the 10 here. Andre and Cameron both turn trips. Andre go ahead and leads into this pot here. 50K. Cam should be calling. I'm not sure if you want to put more chips in here. Can lose to 10-8, but and in the limp pot, you're gonna see a lot of. You can see a lot of 10-8s here. And diamonds here for Juan. Waco gets out of the way with this gutter. And a 4, like a bricky 4.
Cameron with the check mark. Trip 7s.
What does Andre want to do? How do you want to size this? You get 2 calls like that.
All in.
Ends up just ripping 320,000 here. I think you're gonna see a call from Cameron, and we might say goodbye to Andre here. And then you have it, his jam there. And we're going to say goodbye to Andre after he gets out kicked.
Good call from Cameron.
I think you're going to have to count them. They're pretty close.
They're going to count just to make sure.
360.
He's got you covered.
Yep.
Nice answer.
And just like that, Andre, for sure, is out
Won't hit the 7.
of the art of poker. Really good run today, though.
Down to 5, and Andre is going to take a payday of $16.80 for the day. Down to 5. Next pay is going to be about $2,400 and a $1,000 jump here. So see TN kind of get in the hand here and see if he can ladder anymore. But I think he's going to go next.
I was thinking I'd like to have had 10-8.
Cameron under the gun should be folding Queen Deuce.
He's been limping a lot today, though.
Yeah. Like I said, a lot of these players, you're going to see a lot of limps. Just like that last hand.
Okay with it. I'm beating that hand, but I'm not calling you're all in. So
You're not? God damn. Nope.
And
What's up? Bill, yeah, Bill won.
And Bill just takes it down in the big blind. Just a nice little walk. Now, Bill has position on TN, and he should be flat, just ripping all sorts of stuff. Unless there's a raise in some aspects, but TN fairly short, only about only with 55,000 left. Not much you can do with 4 bigs.
It's at 35.
One opens here for 35,000, folds to TN here. That's a fold.
I can't call me fold. Can't even call 2-5 on my big blind.
Yeah,
Not even call.
that's why you can't kind of limp with some of the hands that he did earlier because you're just spewing one big at a time. He could potentially had what 7 bigs here and found more folds and been okay going through the blinds. Now he had
Yeah, there were like 2 orbits that there was a lot of limps from TN.
Yes.
Yes.
So you're ultimately gonna lose all those blinds that you could potentially use to chip up, especially in a tournament that the blinds are gonna go up exponentially towards the end.
So we are 5-handed. Ranges are starting to open a little bit up, and Juan sitting with 1.2 million.
See, Juan just opens 3s. Cameron comes along in the big blind with ace-10 off here. Ace-9-8. Cameron outflops Juan here. Goes 40K, a little under half. Probably gonna see Cameron just. I honestly might see Cameron raise here. Ends up calling. King comes off and just snap checks back.
Juan looking for a 3.
Now one knows he's beat for sure, and he's just gonna fold.
All right, Juan folds. Cameron takes it down. And coming up in November, we have the Mayhem Series coming up. The main event, $1 million guaranteed tournament, November 20th to the 24th. $1,200 buy-in, $1 million guaranteed. Next month, the Mayhem Series is going to be absolutely wild here at the Lodge. Both clubs.
Waco under the gun. Let's see what he has here. He decides to open. 9, Queen 9 off. With 5 left, your ranges are gonna open way wide. Cameron fold. See, he just takes it down just like that. Even though Juan should be defending a lot of his hands, you're playing short-handed, so essentially you need to find spots to maintain chips or accumulate chips. You can't just give away 2 bigs at a time, especially when the ante doesn't reduce.
Clayton's in the box. Safi's game host. Matt Sweeney, Andrew Tran here in the bunker.
Fold. Cameron, fold. Blind versus blind now. We're gonna see a raise here to 60,000 from Juan with King Jack suited. Waco should be defending a lot of his range here. Ends up going ahead and does that. 5-3-3. See if Juan c-bets, but just snap check back from Waco. 8 of clubs here, giving clubs to Juan. He's gonna put some chips in here. See if Waco floats. No, he ends up folding. think you can't have a lot of threes when you open from the small blind. 4-5, maybe ace-5 and stuff like that.
Up on
Anyway,
top, you see the chip stacks. Juan chip leader with 1.2. Waco scrub just over 1 mil. Tien 45,000.
just 3 bigs from Tien here, under the gun. Obviously, he has to get in here unless he just wants 1 chip. 1 big blind. Ends up finding the fold here.
It's the fold. Oof.
Could've
Not
just
much you can do with Jack 4 though.
No, you can't. But you know what? You want to take full advantage of the antes there. Because if you don't do that, then you can't accumulate chips. Because if he has 3 bigs and finds somebody to call him, that's 6 bigs, plus the ante and the small blind brings you up to about 7.5 bigs.
Bill going in with 7s. Cameron's got pocket 8s.
Massive jam. Cameron should just fold here, honestly, but you know what? He probably likes his 8s. Yeah, but it's really big. It's like massive. And he thinks he's against a flip, like ace-king.
What moved? What?
All right, Tien now with 1 big blind behind. Like, again, if it ends up folding the bill, he's just putting any 2 in. Cameron with a7 can open here. Probably going to see a limp, honestly. And a limp from Juan right behind. Just snap limps. Bill just folds. Tien just probably going to check in and see a flop. Way behind, but the 7 is dominated by Cameron here. We see 7, 3, 3. Both hit their 7s. Tien with his gutter to the 5 for the straight. Probably just going to check, see if he can see a turn, but that's highly unlikely. Cameron just ends up raising here to 60K. Call from 1. You're almost priced in to just call.
Do it, Ken.
Even if you have a gutter here, like you're just
All-
priced in to call.
All in for Tien and just hoping to hit something.
All right. Tien with the 6 now. Juan with a flush draw with his 7. Tien only has about 11% equity here against Cameron's ace-7 and Juan's 8-7. Oh no, Cameron just ends up folding the best hand here. See the bad news.
5. I get the 5.
Got a 4.
Get the 5 or 6.
Almost no reason to put any more chips in on the side pot, considering it's a dry side pot, and just try to eliminate somebody if that's the case. If he does have it, even if he does have a 3, you're not accumulating any more chips. If you think those the clubs roll off. Now we see Tien. Goodbye, sir. Down to 4, and his day is gonna come nicely with a $2,400 payday. Next jump is going to be about a $1,200 jump from 34 to 48. There you have it, our payouts for the Art of Poker that we run once a month. 40K guarantee, $250 buy-in. We're four-handed now, so you know, Rangers are going to open really wide now. Cameron just ends up ripping here. Probably just gonna end up getting it through. We have 4 million chips in play, so still fairly deep.
Building is $75 million.
Everyone really deep still. Waco folds.
What's the score? I sort of get it. It's over.
Raising at 65.
All right, Cam probably just ends up limping and then just calls a raise here. Blind versus blind. Jack 5 deuce. Cameron hits his jack. Should be checking a lot of the times. Juan with his 5, connecting with his 5 here. Goes about third pot. Cameron should be calling here. And does that thing. 10 rolls off. Let's see if we probably gonna see a snap check back from Juan. There we go. 8 comes off. Let's see if Cam can get some value out of him. Shouldn't go too big. Looks about right, about half pot. Not quite sure if Juan's gonna fold here. Cutting out the chips. Looks like he wants to call, but what hands can he actually be beating here? Makes the call. Cameron with the best of it. 1.2 now. Juan with 1.1. Waco with about 1 mil. Bill about 700. Four-handed, 4 mil in play.
Thank you.
We say goodbye to Clayton here. And in with Lauren. Looks like there's a small color. And we
Yeah,
say
for the
goodbye
10,
to the
20,
chair.
Terminator.
We might be squaring up here in a little bit. And there you have it, our chip stacks here for all the players. Still fairly deep. 78 big blinds and 47 for the shorty here. Right. Four-handed still. You're going to see a lot more blind versus blind action. And just gives up and gives Waco a walk here.
Sorry.
You can see a limp pot with 10-6, you know. Blind versus blind. There's still some play in that. Room got a little quieter.
The big one went much later than this thing last week, right?
It's like 12:30.
Yeah.
I think this one will be over about the same time.
It might actually end up a little earlier, but you know.
It'll be earlier, I think.
Cameron ace
I mean, I
king
don't know what
off.
time it is now. So.
Should be raising here.
Right, yeah. I'm used to having a smartwatch, so.
Around 9:30, right
It's gonna go pretty big, like 60K. About 4x here from Cameron. Like I said, you're gonna see a lot bigger raises from some of these guys here. With these strong hands, being short-handed, you kind of want to maximize some of your wins and see flops and kind of try to just take down flops and stuff like that. But, you know, stealing the blinds isn't too bad either. But you definitely want to minimize your strong hands, even if you give, you know, the the big blind or the small blind a chance to enter the pot, still have a chance to chip up in those situations. Jack 9 suited, go ahead and raise here, about 50K, about 3.3 bigs. Folds to Cameron, should be defending, really should be defending here. For being so deep, you should be defending a lot of your suited queens. And I think Waco, you're going to see a lot more of that from, but not necessarily from everybody else. Bill, obviously, probably not going to be defending his big blind a lot. Also, Juan, Cameron, you know, we've seen him limp a lot of pots. Waco here going to open about 40K with Jack 9 off. 35. Oh, and Bill just rips fives here. It's such a massive rip, ripping 23 bigs in there. 24 bigs, sorry.
665,
2 folds. All right, blinds are up.
give or take.
And here we are. Blinds are up. Gonna go up to 10-20 here. Everyone's stack getting a little shorter.
In the bunker right now, Matt Sweeney and Andrew Tran. Lauren's in the box. And $11,000, first place. Bill with an ace of hearts and a mystery card.
Like I said, you should just try to maximize some of your hands like here. But Waco ends up calling here, just snaps it off. See what kicker. Sounds like ace 9.
Ace
Bunch
10.
of hearts, please. No spades.
Or is that a 10? Can't tell if Bill's is a 9 or a 10.
Well, he said, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
So I'm speculating like ace 9. Doesn't necessarily need to rip his stack in there. Oh, ace 10.
Ace 10, ace 10. No flushes out there. River comes to a 3.
I got
Shop it
after Andy, though.
You did, yeah.
I'm glad 10 didn't
You are the
show
big
up.
winner.
He is the big winner because Waco had to put a big blind in, so he chops up the ante in the middle. So Bill just chips up by a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Anyway, still playing 37 bigs with that stack of 755.
Big shout out to our sponsor, Club WPT Gold. They are running a $5 million free roll. Get on their website. Use code Lodge.
Had a really good time last year going to that Prime. That Prime event was amazing.
Nice. They put on a lot of good stuff.
They do, and it was ran pretty well too.
Queen 3 suited for Waco Scrub.
Definitely going to be opening a
I'll
lot
take it.
here. In the small blind. Like I said, you're not going to see a lot of
take
defense
all of them
from the big
unopposed.
blind besides from Waco.
How much is the big play?
20.
20.
This is the Art of Poker monthly tournament here at the Lodge. $40,000 guaranteed for only $250. This tournament can get big.
Usually a pretty good prize pool. Juan with fives here. Looks like he's gonna just open here to 55,000. I'd say you can open a little fairly big. You guys they're a lot deeper than what you think they are. So Cameron here, 3-bet. We should see a 3-bet here, but probably just gonna see a flop. Ace 4 deuce. Juan has a gutter to the wheel. Cameron with the ace here. Gonna go 75K into 140, about half, a little over half. Cameron calls. Looks like a trap. Checks again and just snap check back. 6 on the river. Queen 6. Cameron just trying to go for value again and see if he can get a call from Juan. Can't. He might call this off thinking like it's just a heart draw. And there you got it. There you have it. One thing he might brick out, having a lot of the 5s in his hand, and have, you know, be drawing to some straights in the big blind. 7 should be 3-betting. Also, obviously, Ace Queen should be 3-betting, but that didn't happen out of Cameron. It doesn't seem like you're going to see any 3 bets from Cameron. And you're going to see a lot of shoves from Bill, apparently. Cameron just chips up to 1.4 here. Juan just chipping down. All right, folds over to Bill with the mystery card. King 10 here. Should be opening. Looks like 3x. Cameron with King 3 off. Folds. Juan folds. And just takes it down. From the button, you can open from 3x just to not give him the right price to call sometimes with weaker hands.
Just a reminder of the chips that you're looking at. Oranges, 5,000. Blues are 25, and reds are 100s. Cameron's coming back.
Cameron has come back, just limping some of the raises and making calls and getting value out of Juan mostly. Bill raises 45,000. Don't really see this from Bill too often. Cameron just calls and dominating his Jack 9.
3 raises to 200.
Putting the squeeze on with Ace Queen in the big blind here. Probably just going to get a fold out of Bill. Let's see if Cameron comes along. He is on the button. He loves to see flops. Ends up folding. Trying to put maximum pressure in between the 2 seats now from Waco and Cameron. Squeeze every squeak of value from Bill and Juan.
Right there for you.
I usually do a good job of pushing the chips and the cards and everything.
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe I
Players love the size of the table, but for the dealers, it's a little bit big, a little bit hard to reach, they're talking about.
Cameron again with the Jack 10 off. Folds around. Waco just raises here with Queen 6.
I need a count.
Bill just rips.
Another rip from Bill. He's ready to go.
Well, this is just Bill's game at this point when he does rip. Should be folding correctly here. Bill just has so many aces. He doesn't want to play post flop. A lot of these guys don't play post flop very well, and just want to take it down pre. But that's still a massive jam.
There we have the blinds, 15-30 right now, and you see.
Sorry, we're at 10-20.
Oh yeah, wrong one. Good call. 11,480 up top. Currently fighting for 3,400 for the next person out.
Still fairly deep. The effective stack only being about
I could not beat that.
35 bigs.
I had a dirty diaper.
He had the best hand.
We might see a little bit more pressure as stacks get smaller and not as much play. But still a lot of play at these blind levels with their chip stacks. Normally you come to a final table, there's about an average about maybe anywhere from 25 to 35 bigs. We're playing about 50 deep.
3 folds.
Oh,
Waco just folds. Bill just rips here, ace jack. Probably just gonna see 2 folds here. Yeah, there's some Hollywooding there from Cameron.
I gotta push it,
Hollywood.
take advantage of these guys.
You're all alone over there.
One of these days, he's going to get called by a bigger hand.
Yeah, and that's why you want to minimize some of your losses and not needing to jam so big with about 40 bigs. No reason to give all these big blinds away. You're only stealing, 2.5 bigs for your whole stack. On to hand 58. Should be. See if Cam wants to do anything with his hand here. Ends up limping.
2 folds.
Juan folds Waco.
3 raises to 75. 8 folds.
Very nice raise here. I kind of just want to go heads up against the limp.
1 folds.
Not knowing Cameron's 9 is getting dominated here. Ace 10 deuce.
40,000.
Just goes pretty small. About quarter pot. Plenty to just pick up the chips. Even though there's flush potential, like you're playing 4-handed, there's not a lot of hands like that. And you should be seeing a lot more 3 bets from some suited hands. Queen Jack. 10-9 sometimes, King Queen obviously, ace, any of the suited aces you want to see more 3 bets.
It's Bill Cox, Tournament Crusher.
Hey, I want the 2 on the top.
Edit
good
this out.
These cards are a little
They're
different.
slippery, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, likely story, likely story.
All right.
Oh no.
We'll forgive you this time.
We do have different cards for this table so that we can see the whole
Taking so damn
cards.
long.
You have a chip in between the 2 layers. Juan here with the kings and decides to just limp.
Walking it. Waking up with pocket kings.
Bill just calls, just ends up limping here, and we're gonna see a flop 3 ways. If anyone flops any pair, they might be in big trouble. King 2-9. Nobody touches this flop. No reason to bet here, honestly, and especially that sizing. If you're not gonna maximize pre, you can't just pot.
Just let them catch up a little bit.
Yeah, you definitely need to let them catch up. And a smaller bet does that,
25,000, 20,
Yeah.
25, maybe 40.
Yeah. I mean, you're going 3 ways. 40 is a little too much because it's already
Special cut
half
card
the
too
pot.
for this.
You kind of want to go quarter pot, quarter pot, third pot in a situation like that. But you should be
Okay,
raising
sure.
your kings.
Yeah, pretty much. They wouldn't let me bring my special cup.
Because you're letting the big blind in, and they can just check and see a flop and flop 2 pair most of the time. That's where we hear,
Yeah.
you know, big blind special from a lot of the times when you do let the big blind in there. Some suited wheel cards for Cameron here, and ends up limping in the small blind.
Both players going for clubs.
Yep, and does the correct thing. Juan has a gutter to the straight here. Cameron can't really continue in this situation. Ends up checking back. Goes check, check. Not many aces Cameron can have here after he limps. But he's going to go for a bluff here and ends up getting it through.
Gets it through.
I thought Juan would actually see another river at least. But, you know, like I said, he should be c-betting a lot of the hands.
Bring your attention to the Mayhem event in San Antonio, November 12th through the 23rd. There is $400,000 guaranteed at Lodge Card Club in San Antonio. Come check it out next month. 11 tournaments.
Bill just folds here. I think you're gonna see some more play towards the next level. Kind of have to use your chips to chip up a little bit towards, you know. And honestly, Waco should be capitalizing a lot of these situations because he knows he's gonna get a lot of folds here. Should be opening a little wider, honestly. If these guys aren't defending their big blind, you should take full advantage of even opening just, you know, one more big. Even 2.2 and just lose the, you know. You just have such a strong range, knowing all these guys are just going to fold a lot.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense.
See, Waco just puts one raise in and he gets a fold. Even though blind versus blind, you should be defending a lot of your hands. They don't need to be strong hands to defend with, but they just have to be playable.
And even knowing that Bill likes to shove a lot as open,
Yeah.
if Waco Scrub is just betting a small, it's just something small out there, it's easy to still get away from.
Right. You're losing the least amount of chips possible to an aggression. If you can find aggression out of some hands, like you can wholeheartedly just take down the pot there. Waco here, it's gonna 3-bet ace jack off. On the button, super strong hand here. Cameron, looks like Cameron wants to call here and ends up calling. Juan gets out of there. Two of the chip leaders here at the table are just getting into the ace queen 7. Goes check check even before the flop
Fast
gets
check,
out there.
check.
Cameron goes ahead and just tries to put a bet in here. 150.
150.
Goes pretty big. He doesn't have a lot of these aces after he limp calls. Ends up, I think Waco's just thinking he's in a trap here. Ends up making the wheel. I mean, sorry, Broadway for both of them. This is just going to be a split pot at this point. You don't win with the longer straight.
225.
Let's see if Waco wants to put a raise in, which he should. And there it is.
Great,
It's
let's
like,
make it 625.
you're not losing.
Unless he's worried about the
Well,
flush.
he's worried about the flush a little bit more. And Waco's actually unblocking some flushes. He wouldn't have led on the turn with 150 if he did have a flush draw and not being the aggressor. Does Cam get away from this, thinking like he could be against a flush? I'm gonna tank this. I think he's just gonna end up finding a call. But this. Yeah. Oh.
Okay, I give up.
Yeah, there, and gets the fold out of him. Great move from Waco here. He can have a lot of hearts here, I guess. Even if Cameron doesn't have hearts. Waco's putting some moves on out there. Taking on the chip lead. 1.7, almost about half the chips in play. Waco three deuce suited. It's gonna fold. Camera, like I said, should be raising. How the small blind just ends up completing. Let's see a flop here. Queen deuce 6. Juan with bottom pair. Let's see if it goes. No, here we go. Cameron went to the gutter to the straight. Juan decides to bet after a check from Cam. Calls for the gutter. And any of his pairs are good, actually. Another deuce rolls off. Let's see if Cam...
Trips for Juan.
See if Cam wants to do here. Definitely fold. I thought he was actually going to go for a bluff. Waco, I think Waco might just end up taking this down. We'll see. Still a lot of play. Still a lot of, hands to be played. Bill here with 5-4 suited ends up just calling, just limping here. Cameron's just gonna call here probably also. Juan with some 10s. Ends up raising. Looks about 130. Fold. Does Cameron call here?
I'm all in.
And just ends up ripping his stack in there. About 30. And just calls. Here we go. We're going to see a flip here.
King Jack versus tens. Cameron hoping for a king or a jack right now.
That happened fairly quick. Some of these limp raises and back raises contain a lot of kings and aces from some of these cash guys. He just flops a jack here. And
There's the 10.
Now gutter.
Juan coming back.
Little gutter ball. And just fills up with 10s full.
You still have chips.
Yeah, you still have chips.
A nice
Oh,
big
no, he had
double
another
for
100K. I
Juan
didn't
here with
realize he had another 100K
1.5
out
now. A little behind Waco. We're gonna see some of these guys put
Be
some
very,
pressure
very
on.
close.
Juan feeling wonderful right now. Such a good run out for him. Making sure they got the count right. Cameron's still in. Again, 11,480 up top, 7,200 for second, 4,800 for third, and 3,400 for fourth. Good hand for Juan.
Yep. With that 2-outer there. And now Cameron with just simply 5 bigs.
Well, we see him limping some pots at this point.
No, he should be. He should just be ripping a lot of his hands, even like hands like Queen 10. And he kind of has to do it while Bill's kind of in play, because Waco's gonna know that he can beat a lot of his range. Juan now has a decent stack. He's gonna probably end up calling a lot more often. Jack 8-7. Bill with top pair here. Waco with the middle pair.
30.
Juan should be getting out of there after some bets.
It goes all in.
And Bill just rips after he connects. And folds from Waco.
One move.
You know me so rattled I dropped my chips everywhere.
Clayton is coming in.
Thank you, Warren.
Welcome back. Thanks. We missed you.
And back in the box we get Clayton.
I think he needs another 30-minute break.
I want to say thank you to Lauren. And there's the payouts. Tien got 2,400. Andre had 1,680. Maya with 1,320. Snacks 10,080 or 1,080. Thomas with 880. That's what already went out at this final table, and they're fighting for 11,400 up top.
30.
Still four-handed. Cameron with about 5 bigs. Bill with about 32 bigs.
Juan feeling good with pocket queens.
One should be opening here. Ends up opening 2.5 to 50K. Probably gonna just see folds here.
Juan takes it down. All right, let's talk about the Mayhem series coming up. We do have a Mystery Bounty 250,000 guarantee tournament in the Mayhem series. $250,000 guaranteed for a Mystery Bounty, $300 buy-in.
Seems like San Antonio really loves their mystery bounties down there with their mystery bounty free roll and now this 250K mystery.
San Antonio is making an impact here in Austin for sure. I like to see the two cultures come together.
Yeah, we don't run too many mysteries here. I don't think it really took for some of the players. I think they think too much of the prize pool goes into a pool, and you know, one lucky guy gets a good majority of the prize pool. And as you get deeper, like, you don't make that much money.
Blinds are currently sitting at, right now.
We're at
15,
10-20.
10-20.
Unless the blinds went up.
Still at 10-20.
Yeah. Our next jump should be about 15-25. If not, it goes 10-25.
Cameron just under 6 bigs right now.
Waco with the raise. Jack 4. Like I said, most of this aggression is going to come from Waco Scrub here. And he knows how to play a final table. He has run deep in a lot of the tournaments that I've been in. And also, he has taken down a high roller here.
Yeah.
During LCS last year.
We've had him on plenty of tournaments. I remember that one.
So he knows what he's doing typically at our final table, and aggression's always going to supersede some of the plays that some of the other players have.
Bill's taken down a couple as well. I don't know a lot about the C2, Juan.
Juan, I haven't seen him really, but I've seen Cam play, and he does make some decent runs. some unorthodox like play, but you know, he does cash in some of these tournaments.
All right, we got all in from Cameron with the Queen 7. Waco Scrub with King Jack. Cameron in for his tournament life. Looking for Queen or a 7 right now.
Yeah, Cameron about to go into the blind, so he has to kind of just find some hands.
There's the Queen, still alive.
So, gutter to the 10 here.
Oh.
And only a 10 is going to save Waco, but Cameron finds the double. Up to 150 now, 7.5 bigs.
Good double up for Cameron. Still in. Still in.
Yeah, if Cameron doesn't do that with the stack there, like, you're just not going to optimize some of your, optimize, like, your double there. Only having 3 bigs at that point, you can get up to 7.5 with the ante in there that you didn't have to pay.
Mm.
So now he has a free hand, basically. He has to put 2 bigs back in, obviously, but with 5.5 bigs, you can find another spot, but it's going to be tight because you're only playing 4-handed. Waco here with the ace-7 suited, raises about 4x from the button. Bill calls. Jack 10-3. I think you're probably going to see a pretty good C-bet here.
That's for Waco Scrub right here.
Yeah. He's going to rep this jack. You kind of want to build the pot big enough sometimes to get their stack in, knowing you're the aggressor and you can rep a lot of jacks. But you're also playing some of the flushes and stuff like that.
There's the clock. We are currently at 15:30. New level here. Look at that wonderful fall decor. A little turkey on the mantle. Should be dressing this up for Halloween here next week.
Hold it around.
And folds around. One takes it down. Waco Scrub still the chip leader with 1.7. And a huge shout out to our sponsor right now, Club WPT Gold. They are running a $5 million free roll in December. Go on their website, use code LODGE, qualify, and try and get your shot at one of 2,000 entries for a $5 million free roll.
Bill, just limping kings, 10s here.
Limping 10s. I would
Cameron,
surprised by him for that.
Cameron's just going to go ahead and put his chips all in with ace-8. Bill just calls off here.
Cameron hoping for another double up.
10's way ahead. Cameron just drawn to 3 aces. Ace right there in the window and flops the second one.
Jeez.
Only 2 outs for Bill here and doesn't get it.
Cameron coming back. Doubled up twice in 3 hands.
Yeah. Now up to 285,000. About 8 bigs after the level had just went up. Cameron. Bill with only about 15 bigs. Cameron with about 8.5 bigs. Let's call it 9. Just rips 8s. See if he has anybody with a hand. What does
Jack 10 suited?
You almost want to fold here.
I call.
Bill ends up calling. We're gonna see a nice flip here. And actually, Bill's ahead in this situation, which you don't see too much of a. Ace,
Ooh,
king,
picks up
7.
more outs.
Diamonds here.
Gosh,
and
so
the
many outs.
straight draw double gutted and just gets the jack. Oh well, that's an 8.
we got the trips on the
Oh,
check,
I didn't
or
even see the
set on
8.
the
I'm so
turn.
sorry.
Yeah, I saw the diamonds, but yeah, he got the set on the turn. Cameron doubles up again, and Bill
Do what?
down to 6.5 bigs.
Yeah, it's not too good for Bill. Not looking too good for Bill.
Button right.
Bill drawing to a lot. Any diamond and his double gutted straight draw.
Two fold? Three fold? Fold it around.
And in fact, Cameron just gets a walk here. Bill doesn't have a hand to rip into. Don't forget to click like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe always helps the channel, and it's free. If you want to get custom content, not custom content, but if you want to get members only content, feel free to sign up for a membership. We have some great interviews. Mariano recently landed. We have a couple right around the corner with Terrence Reed, who's been on a number of times, works at Poker News. Tito,
Poker
Cinnabon.
org. I thought Terrence was Poker org.
I'm gonna double check that. I was pretty sure it was Poker News, but you might be right. He just had a huge tournament run.
Yeah.
Won a
I'm not quite sure where he won his tournament, but I know he ran pretty deep in one and took one down, I believe.
the notorious TJ.
Yeah. I want to say he was with Poker org. Bill's looking for a hand to just kind of just get it in there with. Cameron just chips up to about 21 bigs. Juan just gives Waco a walk here. Like I said, you kind of have to kind of go for it in the blinds. Being short-handed, you can't just give every blind away.
There in the felt, we see Odds Bar and Bistro. The lodge here in Austin is getting a restaurant right next door. Food delivered right to your table while you play. Promos, which you're accumulating even now while you're playing cash.
Fold. Two calls.
Juan with ace-4 ends up just calling. Just limping here on the button. Gives Bill the option here. Should be raising a lot of your aces. You don't want them to connect. You don't want these guys to connect with their hands. Just goes check, check. Turns diamonds and a gutter to the straight with the 8.
Check.
Just checks again. Bill should be calling even though he's short. Kind of crazy to call like that. And just
Check
breaks
mark for
out.
Juan.
Check, check. Ace high wins. Now built to down to 70K, only 2 bigs.
There's a lot going on at the lodge these days. We have a $20,000 guaranteed double bankroll booster coming up next Friday. $200 buy-in, $20,000 guaranteed.
All right, Waco here, opening with ace-5 suited. Pretty good size on the button. Need to size up on the button a little bit. Cameron, 10-9.
Heads up.
You almost want a 3-bet here with 10-9 just to see where you're at. You can't just let, the button just take control of some of these hands. Ends up out flopping. You're gonna see a c-bet from Waco here. How about Cameron just rips?
I would say James looks surprised, but James always looks a little surprised.
Oh yeah, he always kind of looks like that.
Good hand, Cameron.
Might have somebody visiting us in a little bit here. Anyway, at least Cameron takes it down. Chips up a little bit. 765. Bill's still the shorty, so hopefully, you know, they might knock out Bill. Get this pay jump.
In the bunker right now, Maestro Matt Sweeney and Andrew Tran, and also welcoming back into the bunker, Slick Rick, right here, everybody.
You guys have held down the court very well. Maestro Matt Sweeney. I might lose my job. Andrew, thank you for helping out tonight.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Looks like we got some usual suspects here, huh?
We do. We had a good final table full of the TN, my, you know,
Cam.
Bill, Cam, Waco here. Right. Bill just drawing to 6 outs, and we're gonna say bye to Bill here.
Good luck, you guys.
See you later, Bill.
So Bill is one of the legends of the lodge. He went through a 8-month period about 4 years ago where he won every single tournament every single time. His picture is on the wall. If you ever come to the lodge, look for Bill's picture about 4 times on the wall. We used to put pictures of everybody up that won these major tournaments. He's a legend, Bill Cox. So down to 3.
So we see Bill here with a payout of 3,400. Our next pay is going to be about 4,800 and 72 after that. First place is going to take home 11,400, almost 11,500 for a $250 tournament. Not a bad payday, I must say.
Yeah, I know you play this every month, and you play the Big One re-entry. These are 2 of the flagship monthly tournaments we run. One is the second week of the month, and one is the third week of the month, something like that.
So normally the big one's first, so that's the second week, and then the Art of Poker is normally the third week.
So we're going to shift the players around. Appreciate everybody joining us. Waco Scrub. How many times is Waco Scrub involved with this?
Oh, you just
Sorry.
Which one is
I
my-
can't count.
Because you said 7, so
Yeah, usually 8-handed, so I guess it would
Waco Scrub,
I'll just sit here.
I'm not
chip
cool.
leader,
Sorry.
barely over Juan. Cameron, the short stack, blinds sitting at 15,000, 30,000, 30,000. So the blinds do not get reduced. Used to, but not anymore.
we have basically gone
The big
full
blind
TDA.
ante.
We've,
Yeah.
adjusted all that, and we're a big blind first now. So if you're ever short, your big blind's first, and the ante comes second.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. You made a comment about that when Tien was right before he went into the blinds, under the gun, he folded, and you said he probably would have got more value had he made that call with just 3 big blinds.
Right. You kind of just want to maximize some of your hands like that because you can, if you do find a double, you chip up to 7.5. If you go through the blinds, you only have 1 big, so and you're having to win your ante back. So it's actually negative EV if you have to do that. Especially being short-handed, you kind of just have to jam any hand in that situation to maximize value out of a ante that you didn't have to pay already. Jack 10-10. Looks like we went 3 ways to the flop here. Juan with the best hand and improves here. Should probably see Juan just put in a small bet and just take it down. But it looks like Cam has other thoughts here.
125.
It was 125. I guess he thinks he's going to lose to all the 10s and the jacks there, but kind of want to maximize some of your wins and see bet small. And none of the small blinds should have any 10s and jacks.
Cameron and his brother can often be seen on the tables, both cash and tournaments. Cam is quite a nice guy, as so many of our members are. All of the members are, but Cam is especially nice. Always with a smile on his face, always a warm greeting. Good guy, Cameron.
See Waco just get another walk here. Like I said, like some of these guys just don't play shorthanded too often. And I think Waco just gonna have a huge edge on these guys. They're only gonna play the premiums, whereas some of the suited connected hands, or even some connected hands like Jack 10s off and stuff like that. If Waco ends up putting more aggression, I think he just runs away with this whole thing.
Yeah, we just saw Waco scrub last Saturday night on the big tournament we had.
Yeah.
Made a deep run.
That's up.
Cam already with 60,000 invested, so he's going to come along.
Mystery hand from Waco here. Off to a flop, 8-8-3. Cameron flops a pair. Waco's gonna see bet here. Looks like quarter pot. Probably gonna see Cameron come along here.
All in.
And just rips.
Little mystery hand for Scrub. Probably with maybe some Broadway cards.
Just
No,
folds.
King 7.
Yeah. It's a huge rip. Huge jam from Cameron. Kind of don't want to do that sometimes. You don't know if you're actually against any of the bigger pairs. Still at 15K, 30K blinds. Everyone relatively deep. Cameron about 30 bigs effective. Cameron just calls here. One just checks through. Kind of want to raise King 7. Blind versus blind. Ace Jack 10. I think it's just gonna go check all the way unless some of these guys find some bluffs.
Another diamond for Cam. Now he's got a combo draw. Red chips 100,000, light blue chips 25,000, and orange chips are 5,000. Folks, let me tell you about next week's schedule. All cash games next week, Wednesday through Saturday. Brittany will be back on Wednesday, the 23rd. Little 1-3 game, Brittany back. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, all 5, 10, $10 big blind ante.
Yeah, those 5-10 games have been really big lately.
Yeah, it was a huge hand last night that's already gone viral.
I gotta see this. Is this the Schwan hand?
The Schwan hand, yes.
Keep on hearing about.
It's
Yeah.
already gone viral, and a star is made from the kid. The kid now is a household name in poker kitchen tables around the world. Who is this kid who folded the nut flush?
Oh, I definitely gotta go see this now.
Yes, Juan went from like 6% equity to 93% equity just with one person folding in a
that's
four-way
crazy.
flop and a four-way
Did someone
battle.
just fold jacks yesterday?
Oh yeah, that was good old Lee Orts. He would have flopped
man.
the set, but you know.
Anyways, we're gonna see blue button versus big blind here. Juan connecting with his 9 middle pair. You see a bet here. Just a snap fold.
Lots and lots of tournaments, if you love the tournaments, coming your way, including Mayhem. Mayhem is back,
My favorite series,
both in
honestly.
San Antonio and Austin. You know, the San Antonio Mayhem will have 11 events. The Austin Mayhem, 10 events, totaling $1.7 million in guarantees between the two clubs.
Such a good time at the lodge. A lot of travelers come in and blow up the prize pool a little bit, which is great.
Yeah.
Always love seeing the locals win. We're gonna go Waco here with the 4s and one with ace-7. Can go small here. 55. It looks like one just might float. Usually you're kind of beat with a lot of ace 10s, ace kings, ace queens. One's probably gonna check again. Oh no. Has other thoughts here. No reason to lead here unless you have of clubs. Waco's gonna raise here. Probably gonna see a fold out of one. No reason to be involved in this hand anymore. You need to see Cameron lose chips more often. Waco with 1.7 now after taking down that hand. Cameron, Jack 10. Can open here off the button, but he's most likely gonna limp like every other hand that he plays. Letting one in there with 5-4, and we're just gonna see a flop 3 ways here. 10 king king. Cameron connects with his 10. Waco now connects with his 8. After he goes check, check, check. Now Waco thinks he might have the best hand connecting with his 8 after no one bets. Cameron just raises here, so I think Waco's gonna know that he's beat most of the time.
Gonna come along. Looking for an 8 ball.
And only an 8's gonna save him.
So Cam's gonna
Ends up
show
going
his
check,
cards,
check.
and now he's over $1 million in chips, and just like that,
Honestly, you can't. He should be going for some value, knowing he has the best hand most of the time.
I mean, at this point in the tournament, everybody's pretty close in chips. I mean, Waco Scrub 1.5 million, Juan 1.3, and now Cam 1.1. So it's anybody's turning to win. They'll walk away with a big trophy and a hunk of money to start their week off.
There you go. Just completes here in the small blind. We're gonna see a flop. Blind versus blind. 7-5-3.
Pretty good flop for both players.
Yeah, open ender for Cam.
Got shot and pair for Scrub. Everybody with a little something, something. So Clayton, the tallest deal in the country, will give us a turn.
10 comes off. Shouldn't improve anybody. Waco's probably gonna look for some value here. Should have bet the best hand most of the time. I think he knows Cameron should be raising when he does connect with the 7. And another 3 comes off. Not a lot of 3s in Cam's range after a check call, or bet call. 225 basically goes pot. Oh no.
Wow.
I think he should find some more calls there. I don't think Cam has too many bluffs in that situation. And we've seen before when Cam does hit, he's gonna raise a lot of the times. He's either gonna go massive so that way he can, just take down the pot with his top pair. So I think that was a misstep by Waco, just giving Cameron chips.
Looks like this will be Clayton's last deal of his down today, and we'll be shifting to Lauren in our 2-dealer rotation.
Cam's probably just gonna give him a walk here.
I'll give you a walk this time.
There you go.
Ooh. And you came back.
So while we have the dealer change, let's hear from our brand new sponsor from Club WPT Gold and their message to you.
$5 million free roll. 2,000 players converge on December 13th in Las Vegas. One person will win $1 million. Will it be you? Sign up now at clubwptgold.com using code LODGE and be one of 5 people to win their passport this week.
Yeah.
Word from our sponsor there.
Club WPT Gold is giving away $5 million. Their historic free roll takes place December 13th in Vegas. Entry is free, but requires a golden passport. Only 2,000 will be given out. For your chance to win a golden passport, sign up at clubwptgold.com. Use code LODGE. Once you sign up using code LODGE, every Lodge giveaway you will be entered for. So don't worry about, do I have to enter every time? Nope. You just have to enter once using code LODGE, and you're eligible. Every golden passport we give away, we'll be giving them away each week.
Waco's going to find a 3-bet here with his 7s against Juan's king, queen suited. See if Juan can come with the 4-bet. He might end up just calling. Yeah, he's just going to call. I think a 4-bet with king, queen suited here is actually better for him. Because you're just going to fold all these hands like that. Especially being short, only 3-handed. Queen 5-9. Juan actually ends up connecting with his queen. Waco's just going to snap check back. How much can you go for here? 175, about third pot. Waco's just beats so much of the time. Actually ends up coming along here. Nobody has diamonds.
The top two here, and a lock for Juan, who's going to end up now being the chip leader as a result of this hand.
Check.
Going to have over 1.8 million in chips. Now Waco Scrub, who was just chip leader a minute ago, is now the short stack.
Yeah, with only 4 million play, Juan has about half the chips now. Waco about a quarter, and Cameron a little more than a quarter here.
Appreciate everybody joining us for a little
Evening. Saturday
Saturday night tournament poker. It seems like a lot of people like tournament poker, watching it on our live stream. Majority of our streams are cash hold'em games, but we'll mix in a PLO, a heads up, and tournaments. People love the tournaments that we stream. I know you're a big tournament player.
I am.
We see you a lot of the time going deep in these.
Yeah, not so much as of lately, but you know, hopefully turn that around soon. Kind of sucks getting 3-outed a lot of the time.
At 150.
Cash has been great here in the room, though. Juan just betting a 7, just gets a fold. Sounds like we're up a level now, looking like 20-40. Again, payouts up on the board. 4,800 for the next bust out. 7,200 and 11-4 for the first place winner. Doesn't seem like anyone's willing to chop at this point. And almost no reason to.
Yeah, 160 entries today.
Rather small, but
Yeah.
I think it's due to all the activities around town.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in town. Still a great turnout, but small compared to what we usually get for the Art of Poker. $40,000 prize pool today. But yeah, it's coming over here. There's a lot of people in town. There's a big F1 race, and big college football game was in town tonight. Unfortunately, my Longhorns lost, but so a lot going on. But we're glad everybody's tuning in to us tonight from all over the world. Have we done a roll call tonight? Let me.
We have not.
Let's do a little roll call. We've got over 750 people watching right now, so let's do a little roll call. Where are you tuning in from?
Three left here. Anybody's game at this point. Stacks have shifted a few times now. Waco leading most of the way now. Juan just taking the chip lead with 2 mil, with 4 mil in play. Juan with the 8s here. Waco in the small blind just should be folding. Cameron 10-9. Ends up raising. Wow. Haven't seen this from Cameron. King 7-4. Cameron doesn't connect, but it's probably gonna try to rep this king here.
At 150.
I think one should be coming along most of the time here.
All right, Cam hits his 10. Vaults to the lead here, equity-wise, 95%. Now one has to have an 8 on the river.
I think Cam should be checking back and trying to trap most of his hands. But repping this king, trying to rep this king after pairing up his 10 isn't too bad either. But you're going to find a lot of folds from Cam. After a limp, can't have a lot of Can't have a lot of kings with the limp. It just purely takes it down. Actually, a lot of good cards for Cam.
Big shout out to our great moderators, as always, VW Bug and the one and only Yoda of Chatsville, who's still in chat. This is almost her bedtime. Waco Scrub raises it to 80,000. Cam in the small blind, already with 20,000 invested, so Scrub will take down the blinds, and we'll go on to hand number 99.
Everyone gets a little shorter. Cameron with about 40. I'm sorry, Juana with about 40 bigs now. Waco with about 20. Takes it down in the big blind.
Every 3 hands, 100K of your chips are going to be put in play whether you want to or not, which is about, 5 to 10% of each of their stacks as they sit right now. So it comes around quick.
It really does, and you kind of have to defend most of your hands, especially in some instances, even if you don't have an ace. Juan here is just going to open 80K. Should be getting it through most of the time, but you know what? Cameron's going to actually defend his big, which we haven't seen a lot lately. Jack 7-4. Nobody connects. I think Juan should be c-betting. His ace high should be good a lot of the times. Cameron with the open ender here. Juan should be calling. Gutter to the 6 for the straight. Both have each other's outs. That 8's going to look good for Juan, but it's 4 ways to a straight. Cam gets this straight here. See how much value you can pull out of Juan. Looks like a half-size pot bet.
275.
So Juan hits his 8 on the river. 4 to a straight, makes the call, and Cam is going to show him the bad news. Cam now 1.5 million.
You redeem yourself.
Raise, make it 80.
On to hand number 102. Lauren now in the box. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Remember, next week, all cash streams, Wednesday, 1-3. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 5-10 with the $10 Big Blind Ante. Brittany will be back on Wednesday, an up-and-coming star on Lodge live streams, and some fun players throughout the week. As always.
Queen 10 off here. On the button, should be raising. And goes really big.
Cam in the big blind. 3-6 of diamonds will come along since he's got so much already invested. We're going to see a flop, 310,000 in the skillet, 8 high board.
This is definitely Cam's range. Should be limping. He should just donk bet in some situations here.
100,000, third size pot bet.
Cam has been making some folds. Normally, I feel like he would just chase for some of these gutters, which he actually does now. Nine of diamonds comes off.
Little double gutter now. 4 or 7 gives him a straight.
Not the worst card. He decides to lead here. He can rep 6-7, having a 6 in his hand. And Juan not connecting with his board. Gutter to the jack.
Juan lays it down. And all of a sudden, Cam, 1.8 million in chips. Was on fumes not too long ago. The patience of tournament poker, Andrew. You got to be patient.
You definitely do. These tournament days last for 12 hours plus sometimes, especially when you play the main event where they're 2-hour levels and you get a dinner break and all that stuff. That's a 13-hour day most of the time.
Do you have any tricks or any suggestions on how people can remain patient and not just make that unforced error?
The breaks help a lot. I like to kind of stand up every once in a while. Jeremy, I know, likes to do his push-ups, so gets the blood flowing a little bit.
Right.
I like to constantly have something to drink. Not necessarily caffeine, but just like something to kind of sip on or, snack on. I find myself like getting bored and kind of have to do something with your mouth or, with your hands and stuff like that.
What happened to ace, king, ace, queen?
There you have it. Just complaining about some hands.
Deuces or anything.
So you're going to get a lot of... Juan's going to give a lot of walks here. Cameron just takes the chip lead, honestly, up to 1.7. He only had 100K once upon a time.
Yeah. There's the beautiful trophy. One thing the Lodge does every time for these big tournaments is always some nice hardware is given out.
That trophy is actually really nice. I have one at home, and
nice.
They're actually relatively heavy.
Yeah.
King 10 should be opening here. Opens 3x again. Waco here. It's probably going to 3-bet.
Raise to 3 is 70.
The problem with opening 3x is you're losing that one extra big blind. Especially when somebody 3-bets. You're just giving away one extra blind, which you don't necessarily have to.
Jerome Teal checking in from Australia. Match point from Madagascar. That may be a first for us, Madagascar. Kelly from Avon, Indiana. Do they sell Avon products in Avon, Indiana? Matthew from Connecticut. Blue World from New York. Drew's Lens from Arkansas. Mark from Tampa, Florida. Thank you all for tuning in. Haha Harbor from Missouri. And Alan from Richardson, Texas.
Did I put that?
No.
You sure about that?
Thank you all for tuning in.
Cameron's just gonna complete in the small blind here.
Raise all in.
Juan's just sick of it at this point and just rips 25 big, 22 bigs in there. Queen 3. Kind of coming to a point where everyone's kind of, your stack's worth a little more than you would think. With the blinds being at 20-40, everyone's playing about 30 bigs now. Versus when we first started, everyone had like 70 bigs at one point or 50 bigs. Queen 10 on the button here for Cameron. Most likely gonna limp.
Option.
One folds. You're gonna see a call, just a check from Waco here. The suited queen. Jack 6 deuce. Goes check check. No ace for any of them. Let's go check check again. Waco connects with his 8. See if he can squeak some value out of this.
75.
Probably just gonna get fold from Cam. If Cam had any pair, we would have heard from him already.
So every player, all 3 players, have been the chip leader in the last 15 minutes. That's how it goes.
And we've seen some big swings. Remember watching the 6 max and Adam just had the massive chip lead and having gone down to the least amount of chips on the table to just winning the whole thing. So there's a lot of swings in tournament poker. You're gonna see a limp pot here, 3 ways. 8-5-3. Waco connects with this 3, but Juan has a set of 3s here.
75.
Cameron to the gutter. Waco's definitely not giving up his bottom pair after connecting after a limp pot. Right. Juan just loving this. Waco connects with 2 pair. Not really a good card for him, knowing that he's just gonna draw dead to the 3s here. Waco has 2 outs to the 10.
Raise. Make it
Goes for the raise.
Oh my goodness. Juan's gonna win a huge pot here.
Yeah, and then
He's gonna
Juan's
put it
just
all in. And this quick call, big pot. Half the chips in play are in this pot.
Waco.
Holy shit. What a hand.
And there you have it, his reaction.
Looking for a 10. Does not come.
How much?
And Waco Scrub is going to be down to fumes. About less than 10 big blinds.
Still a lot. Still a lot. You can still do a lot.
Nice hand.
What a horrible turn card for Scrub.
Yeah, that wasn't the greatest turn card for him, but honestly, I don't like calling with 10-3 in the small blind. Even though it was a limp pot, those hands kind of get you in trouble more than benefit you.
big blind.
Waco wakes up with kings, just clicks it here. Cameron with ace jack. Should be finding some raises, but you know what? Just ends up calling.
Heads up.
Heads up. Now you Just needs to fade the ace and the ace only. Queen Jack 3, great flop.
Ooh.
Cameron hits his jack.
At 105.
What do you go? A little under half.
Raise to 300.
All
Raise
All in.
Oh,
Let's see what Cam does here.
he ripped that too fast. He jammed so fast that he literally can't call.
How much is?
He almost needs to like slow down or just call his raise. But with the raise, there's no point. Honestly, sometimes
85.
he's only playing sub 10.
He does have the ace of spades. Middle pair. As Poobah checks into chat. How you doing, Poobah? Joe Struzera. Cam doing a little inventory here. Makes the call. And Waco Scrub, looking for the double up, needs to fade running spades, an ace, or a jack.
And look at this pot, 1.4 in the middle. Four on the turn.
A ace or a jack is what Cam needs. Doesn't come. A set
Waco
for
just
Scrub.
Gets up to back to 1.4. A little over 30 bigs. Look at that swing.
It's just back and forth. And now Cam, who is just a chip leader, they're all taking turns. If you want to play on the Lodge live stream, get in touch with that man right there. It's Skull Mike. Reach out to him on his Instagram or Twitter at Skull Mike Poker, or send him an email, skullmike@thelodgepokerclub.com. Let him know when you're going to be in town and start the conversation.
Man, he needs to burn that blue striped shirt, huh?
Need to get a new picture of Skull Mike.
Waco here. Wow. Waco just gives him a walk.
You want 50K in orange?
Sure.
Did not expect him to just fold and give him
Yeah,
a
it's
walk.
40-40, so
Oh, okay.
it just makes it easier if you have some
Yeah, go
orange
ahead.
too. So.
There we go. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Call. Option check. And then play the blue flop.
Oh, the graphics lagged a little bit, I guess. This is the new hand.
Yeah, waiting for the graphics to catch up. One with 2 million chips. 4 million total chips in play, give or take.
Nobody really connects here. Waco connects with this 6 now. Has showdown. It's gonna go check, check, and probably gonna
One pair.
take it down.
You know, perfect example. Waco Scrub, who just a few hands ago lost a big one with his 2-pair versus the set and was down to about 10 big blinds. Just remained calm and was able to get all of his chips back, plus some.
Waco on the button folds 7-3 off, and Cameron just gives Juan a walk here. We're gonna say goodbye to Lauren here in the next hand, and back comes Clayton.
Appreciate it. My rescuer.
Welcome
While we have the shuffle, let's tell you a little bit about the Lodge Bad Beat. Goes up $1,000 every day. We're sitting at 182,986 right now, almost 183,000. Got to be playing cash either in our Austin room or our San Antonio room when it hits, and everybody who's playing at that time in both rooms will get $100. Then we'd go to that table where it happened, give half of the remaining pot to the loser of the hand, 25% to the winner of the hand, and 25% would be split by everyone sitting at that particular table. When it does hit 200,000, we'll up everybody who's in the room's share to $200. So ideally, if you hit it, you ultimately want to hit it like at 4 in the morning when there's only 1 or 2 tables in each room, so you don't have to share very much.
It's a party.
I've never even been in a room when the bad beat has hit in any place. Have you?
I have not. But I have hit a royal and had a great chance to go for it in a promo at the Mirage, I think, a while back.
Wow.
Juan connecting with his jack here. Blind versus blind. We're going to see a float from Waco here. Only king is going to save him now. It should just go bet fold. It was a little under half.
Call.
Call.
Slick Rick and Andrew Tran, a.k.a. the Tranimal, guiding you along the way. Andrew and Matt, what a job they did for most of this show. I've got to give a big thanks. I had the rare situation where I couldn't make it tonight right on time. You guys did a fine job. I was listening to Maestro Matt Sweeney,
Yeah,
our
Matt
executive producer.
did a pretty good job today, for his first time being in here.
Yeah. $11,400 up top. $7,300 for second place. And $4,800 for third place. That is what they're playing for.
What's up?
There you go.
Right. 9-4. Cam actually having some hands here that he's actually going to defend with. Off the button. Just connecting with his 4.
And Sadari in chat, another great tournament legend here at the Lodge. Her and her husband are great tournament players.
Now Cameron with only about 475,000, about 12 bigs. Waco waking up with a real hand here. See if Cameron defends.
Oh, heads up.
Ten 4-3. Cameron ends up connecting. You're gonna see Waco probably c-bet, and Cameron's just gonna rip. Oh, he actually ended up making the call this time. Normally when he connects, he kind of just ends up ripping in a lot of his hands.
Another diamond there. And Scrub looking for an ace or a king. Scrub comes along with Big Slick.
Now the 10 comes off here. Cam's just gonna check and take showdown. Now everyone's still right back, right next to each other, neck and neck.
And Juan does have a 2-1 chip lead over both Scrub and Cam, and it looks like we are on a break, and you won't have to take a break. We are going to use our great flux capacitor, and we'll be right back before you can say Lodge Card Club. Lodge Card Club. See? And just like that, we're back. 3 players remain. Slick Rick along with Andrew the Tranimal Tran.
Keep the change whenever.
Back from break.
Always nice to be in the booth, but, you know, I prefer to being on the table sometimes. Looks like we have a player late back from break.
Is that the first hand?
Waco with the king here. Just takes it down. Let's see if any of these players start shifting gears after the break. Maybe some time to look over some hands off the stream during their break. Get Cam back here now.
60, 60.
What a bargain.
Shit. That's a lot.
All right, Cameron with King 10 here. Waco just limping, just completing from the small blind. Cameron raises pretty big here and just gets the fold. We're up to 30K, 60K now.
Sorry, folks, for the flux capacitor. It's on the blink. You know how sometimes, Andrew, your car won't start, you need a jump start, or you run out of gas. You know how that every now and then the flux capacitor needs. We were kicking it back there to try to get it to work, but we're back, folks. We're sorry about that.
That definitely happens with, you know, the 80s and the 90s, the technology where you have to bang the TV a few times
Yes.
to get it straightened out.
So what you know what we did? The number one thing you do when your computer doesn't work, we turned it off and turn it back on.
Yeah.
Every time you call a help desk, that's the first thing they will tell you to do. Can you just turn it off and turn it back on?
Cameron to the gutter to the straight here, and a club draw is going to come along after a bet from Juan with the middle pair. Now has trips. Might see Juan go pretty big here. I want to say like 250 to 300. Oh, goes actually relatively small. Trying to price him in, I guess. $150 into 400. Cam comes along. And the 5
Wow,
gets there.
Cam.
Just rivers the straight. How much value can he squeak out now?
And what would you do if you're Juan here? 4 out there to a straight.
I mean, blind versus blind.
Yeah, gonna make the call, and Juan's gonna see the bad news. And Cam was telling me on break, if he wins this will be the 3rd Art of Poker that he's won, which would put him in a rare category.
He's actually won one? I don't remember this.
Yeah, he's won 2.
I know Sean O'Brien has won 2 back-to-back.
Yeah, and I know Bill's won a couple.
I had a chance to go back-to-back on this, but, you know, things happened.
I've never won one, but the truth is, I don't think I've got to play that many of them because I'm
I don't
always
really
working.
I don't really see you in, playing these Art of Pokers and
No.
big ones and stuff like that. Might fire one into the mini monster or something.
Oh, yeah. It goes back to the old thing that we talked about earlier, patience. I will do so good, and then I will get antsy and make a bad play, and then I'm out.
Looks like Juan gets it through with this jam, even though Cam's opening ace-4. I think he's to have to call that most of the time. Everyone's relatively short at this point after blinds going up.
Crypto Max in chat.
Crypto Max, help fund this flux capacitor, man.
Two pair for Waco Scrub.
Just gonna check and try to trap. Cameron just hasn't connected, and see if Waco Scrub can get something out of Cam.
Just after midnight. Players won't go on under the break for another hour and 50 minutes, so hopefully by that time we would have a winner decided. All in from Juan with ace-10.
Waco sounds like he's interested here.
Don't know what his second card is.
If it's sevens, he should be calling for sure. Ace-7's kind of tough because he knows these guys aren't going to just put in their chips without having a pretty strong hand.
I think he's got sevens. What do you think?
I think it looks like ace-7, honestly. I think 7 is just a pure snap.
We'll never know. Back to Cam with some Broadway cards. He does not want to put that amount of chips in, so we'll go on to hand number 126. Two-dealer rotation. It is Clayton, the tallest dealer in the country, and Pickleball Lauren, who is a fantastic
Is that her
pickleball
nickname?
player. Yeah, I mean, we just don't want to call her Lauren. We like nicknames around here.
We do.
And she is a darn good pickleball player.
Can't wait to see this.
And why aren't you playing in this tournament? You
I'm
can't get away?
I am
You got a
actually-
job.
Yes, I do. I manage restaurants, so. But I think I'm busy. No, I think I'm busy when you guys are running this.
We're having a second lodge. We call it Lodge Building. A bunch of employees and people who are associated with the lodge play pickleball and gonna have another tournament. So top two here for Juan and a pair of sevens for Scrub, and it gets all in here. And Scrub, this is for his tournament life.
Good hand.
Oh man,
Needing a 7 right now.
only a 7's gonna save him.
And it's over. Waco Scrub will be eliminated in third place. And he is quickly out the door.
Nice little payday. $4,800 on a $250 buy-in here.
Yeah, he's
Chop.
always.
Yeah. You want to chop? Even? Okay.
They're thinking about an
Just
even
play for the
chop.
trophy. Okay. Okay.
Even shot.
Even chop, play for trophy.
So you just saw it there.
Gotta hear that.
Cam and Juan want to go have an even chop, so they'll divide up $18,600 between the two of them. They'll each get
No, even chop.
$9,300.
No even shot.
No even chop.
Oh,
Okay, never mind.
Never mind.
oh.
He decided not to.
I thought we had an offer and acceptance, but
Yeah, it really sounded like that.
they may have not understood.
You're gonna be this way.
Safi will get rid of the chair, and we will arrange the two players. I thought we were very close to an even chop.
Yes.
But there might have been a little confusion there.
It really sounded like it was going to be a chop at that point.
I think I have 1 more minute of.
Look at that trophy right in the middle. What a gorgeous trophy that is.
Until he comes.
The Art of Poker comes with a
So we'll go,
beautiful looking drop trophy, like a teardrop trophy. They used to give out headphones. Do they still do
Yeah, no, they used to. Up until fairly recently.
we're good to go, yeah?
So heads up,
Yeah, 60 more for the big.
both these players guaranteed 7,200 at least. One of them's going to walk away with over 11,000 and the trophy.
You're going to see some of the hands shift to the corners here. Right. You're playing, basically playing for about $4,000. $4,200. Ace, 9, 10. They both connect with this board. Let's see what Juan wants to do. He's gonna c-bet here. Looks like 100. Pretty good sizing from Juan, I believe. Oh, sounds like 200 actually. 7, I think. Oh, he's gonna go for another for another bet. Cam actually turns 2 pair here.
All in.
All in from Cam.
I don't really like this all in. I think he needs to. You have so much of this board being heads up. You just need a call and trap. He's not gonna call this bet. Yeah, I don't really like that sizing there. But he does takes the lead up to 2.6 with 4 million in play.
There you see the payouts as we wave goodbye to Clayton, say hello to Lauren. Want to remind everybody, our new sponsor is Club WPT Gold. They're giving away, they're having a $5 million free roll December 13th in Vegas.
You had a blast last year, didn't you? You got to
Oh,
play that
yeah.
10-2 buy-in.
Yeah, Brad and Andrew sponsored me. They gave me a $10,000 buy-in into the main event out there in December. It's a lot of fun. I made it to day 2. Skull and I made it to day 2. Did not cash, though.
It would have been fun for you to see you cash in a big tournament like that, wouldn't it, huh?
Jeez. I think the min cash was 18,000, so it would have been a nice $18,000 Christmas gift present.
You would have received 8, right? Profited 8.
No, because the
It goes to 28.
no, it was a free. I didn't
It was
have
free.
to pay
Right.
anything. Yeah.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
forget.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would have taken Brad and Andrew out for a nice dinner. At
10K
least
10K worth.
Hey, I would have if I could have. No, it was fun. The great thing there is just that was a heck of a tournament. The bad thing about it, both Skull and I got COVID last year out there. It
good
was
God.
horrible.
Oh God, I remember seeing you guys out there, so it was a lot of fun.
Sicker than a dog. Open ender for Cam here. Not much for Juan.
See if one improves here. He does.
Ooh, wow.
Just connects with this 10 here on the turn. How much value can he get from this hand? Relatively short at this point. He just wants to take down the pot. Some shots of Juan here. Haven't really played with Juan too much. Might just be his first time in the club. I mean, probably a few times in the club. I haven't really seen him in the tournament setting.
So now, when Cam proposed the chop a few hands ago, he was not the chip leader.
No.
And now he is the chip leader. So you just never know.
I personally, when someone says no, like, just let it be and kind of just go with it. But, like, if I give you a good deal, you should be taking it most of the time anyways.
Yeah.
All right. Just takes it down.
We'll go to hand number 130. Appreciate everybody joining us. Remember, we're on 4 times a week. We are dangerously close to 200,000 subscribers. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, we do this 4 times a week, usually Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 90% of what we do is cash hold'em games, but we mix in tournaments, and we also mix in PLO every now and then, even some heads up. So we don't just have the same thing every show. We promise we'll bring it strong every time we're on the air.
Looks like Juan's going to put some chips in here. King Jack off. Pretty strong hand, heads up. Cam just defends his big blind. Ace, Queen, 7. Gutter to the 10 for the Broadway. Doesn't connect with Cam, so it's just going to fold. Juan still has about 30 bigs at this point.
Shaggy makes a good point. Not being able to smell is sometimes a good thing when playing tournaments in Vegas. It is. I did not know I had COVID, but I was very sick until I came back and took the test. But my God, I was miserable on that flight back. No fun.
Did you mask up and everything?
Oh, yeah. But still. Ugh.
Yeah, Cameron gonna come along here. Just completes in the small blind or off the button. Queen 6 deuce.
Couple spades for Juan.
And the gutter ball to the straight for the 3 here.
Oh, my goodness.
Both connect.
Flush for Juan. And the check mark. Cam hits his 4.
gutter to the straight now. I don't know if he can see this flush. Yeah. Here we go. It's going to go 200K here. What does Cam want to do? Like, you're just giving away too many chips at this point if you do find a call. And he doesn't, Juan hasn't shown up with any bluffs.
And he lays it down, and we are pretty much dead even.
Chop.
Huh?
Chop.
Chop? Well, no, not anymore.
Oh.
Okay.
Cam, Juan says, let's chop now.
Said no.
And Cam says, not anymore.
See, that's kind of hard when you do propose a chop and then you kind of go back on it and, you know.
2 million.
Yeah.
Now he's looking at Cam to chop. You can kind of see he has a little bit more eye contact, and I think he's kind of relevant to how much the money is at this point. But you can't just even chop like at this point. You can see a chip chop.
Great.
King 9 just gonna open here. Cam should be defending his big blind with Queen Jack. Can find some 3-bets, honestly, with Queen Jack. Button's gonna open relatively wide. King 8-8. Juan flops a king here and connects and decides to just check. Good trap here because Cam can't have any kings. Can have some 8s, but you know, we're gonna see what he does here. He's gonna try to rep the 8 or connect with the board in some way.
Raise, make it 275.
There's the raise.
Don't really like this raise. I think you can just take down the pot on the river after you just call. See if he can go for one more bet on the river.
So we'll head to hand number 133.
Chop and play for the trophy. You want to do that?
Okay.
Okay.
Now we
Okay.
have a chop. Wow, the back and forth with this chop here.
All right. So I just heard
They want to do an even chop and play for the trophy.
even chop, they're going to play for the trophy.
Interesting turn of events after he takes a pot down.
Okay. So you're stopping it? Which one? Or-
Juan is definitely nervous. You can see a lot more eye contact about like seeing regarding the money, you know. You don't really see Juan doing too much of a up and down, kind of looking at the players. He's been kind of just to himself.
Yeah. So it looks like even chop, they're going to play for the trophy. I think each player will walk out of here with 9,300, which is better than second place money.
Yeah.
And they will be playing for the trophy. And we're going to have a slight pause here.
This shouldn't even be an even chop, honestly. Juan clearly doesn't have any. He needs to negotiate a bigger cut and not an even chop. Cam just having about 1.5, and Juan having about 2.5 in his stack. Like, he needs to ask for more
Because
typically.
one hand can change everything.
But Cam's right. One hand can change just about anything, and
I mean, we literally saw that when the first chop was proposed by Cam and we thought was agreed to. He was short stack. Then the second chop came and they were even in chips when Juan proposed the chop and Cam declined. So it goes back and forth. There's the beautiful trophy. They will be playing for that. They will not be chopping that.
kind of hard to chop a trophy like that, you know?
Yeah. So we are going to wait for the floor to come in.
Where's the headphone? Beats head. Yeah.
Floor will come in and do some talking here.
Dude, where are they? They just wanted to know.
You're not going to want to miss while we're waiting. Oh, here we go. Listen up.
All right, guys, we were talking about a chop. So with first place being over 5 figures, to play for the trophy, you had to leave 1,000 behind. You can chop up the rest and play heads up for that.
Okay.
The winner of Art of Poker also gets a set of the Beats headphones. Okay. So if you guys want to just play for that as well, it would be $8,840 each. Then you will play it out for $1,000, the trophy, and the Beats by headphones.
I'm good with that.
Good with that? Good with that. All right, congratulations, guys. We'll get it chopped up. Give us 1 second to get that, and then we'll get the cards right back in the air.
Sounds good. Thank you.
So there you heard it. They do have to play for something, so they're going to play for $1,000 and the trophy, and you still get the Beats headphones.
Okay, great.
Yeah, actually, it's only 12:15, and normally this one goes to like 2:30 or 3.
Small field today.
Yeah. You know, I'm happy with what we've won. 8,000, not bad.
The Mayhem Series coming to both clubs, Austin and San Antonio. The Austin Mayhem Series, $1.3 million in guarantees, 10 events from November 18th through December 1st. You're not going to want to miss it. Mayhem is back November 18th through the 1st. That is less than a month away. And so you'll have 11 events in San Antonio, 10 events in the Austin club, totaling $1.7 million in guarantees. For more information, go to thelodgepokerclub.com or Poker Atlas to find out which tournaments fit your budget and time constraints. So Lauren has him in the air, and we are on hand number 133.
Looks like they're playing for $1,000 and the trophy. The trophy, $1,000, a trophy, and the Beats headphones.
And looks like we might have lost the table sound for the time being, but you still have the commentators. And don't know what the flop is.
Looks like they might just end up doing a flip for some of these. Looks like we were just winding down here.
Yeah, looks like we are going to just let them play it out here, and we are going to call it a night. Andrew, it has been an incredible pleasure to have you here. Your thoughts on tonight?
Always a good time in the bunker here, and, one of the better tournaments to play here in town. So always looking forward to being in the booth or on the table with everybody. Thanks for having me, Rick.
Absolutely. You'll be back. You do a fine job. I also want to thank Maestro Matt Sweeney, who was in the bunker earlier with you. For everybody here at the Lodge Card Club, we appreciate you watching, and get on out there, play some poker. Hopefully you choose one of our clubs, either Austin or San Antonio. Have a great rest of your weekend. Take care, everybody.